Oh, yeah. Once you've had Rick Rack, you'll never go back. The ultimate motorcycle luggage rack solution. Forget those messy straps and bungee cords. Go strapless with a Rick Rack quick attach luggage system and quality bag. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Get hooked up now. Want to ride longer? Tired of a sore and achy ass? Then fix it with a high-quality butt buffer seat cushion. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and check out our full lineup of butt buffer seat cushions.
Hey guys, I just want to say thanks for the videos. I have a 2014 Road King, and pretty much all your videos have been informative, have helped me out through a lot of things, from removing baffles to changing controls to everything. Much appreciated. Keep up the work. Thank you.
Awesome. We love the feedback. Thanks for leaving that voicemail. Not sure who it is, but thanks a lot. lawabidingbiker.com/contact. He left that right on his computer from the built-in microphone. Hey, Bikeaholics, 03D has a wide variety of innovative products for your Harley-Davidson and a brand new line for the all-new Honda Goldwing named Gold Strike. Top quality, affordable chrome lighting and comfort products. Zero Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of 03D products. Here we go, part 2 of 2.
Here we go, baby.
Woo, woo. Sturgis 2020.
Coming at you.
That's right. Welcome back, you freaking Bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the Big MM, also known as the
99%ers, baby.
That's right. Large
and
in charge of the motorcycle scene more than any time in history.
Good. So good.
By being here, you're part of what we call the hashtag
Biker Revolution
in stereo. That's right. Whoop, whoop. Before we get started, we just have one question for you. What are you waiting for, Bikeaholics?
Mount up and let us take you on another wild-ass ride.
Ryan Erlacher here, your host of the Law Abiding Biker podcast, and your
high-tech redneck.
Coming off a sip.
Sorry,
there.
he was pushing buttons. I thought he was pushing something to come in.
I was pointing at you.
I know. I thought you were pointing at him because he was touching buttons. I'm sorry. I missed that one. I'll take that one.
On the mics again with me here, of course, Popeye.
Oh, yeah.
And right to the left.
Finish because I eat me spinach.
My song sounds so much better than yours.
That doesn't.
Cowboy in the house.
What's up, y'all?
Fake breasts. I don't like that talk.
I like how you stop it right there. Highlight.
Part 2 of 2. We're going to dive right in. I think we ended on day 3. Did we finish day 4? But we're starting with day 4.
We're starting day 4. We finished day 3.
Yep. We finished day 3.
We just ended up in Sturgis, Rapid City.
That's right.
We've arrived, folks. We have arrived in the city.
We're there.
We're down. We're ready to party. We're in. Let the party begin.
And we got some stories for you guys. Yeah. So hang on. If you haven't listened to part 1 of 2 of Sturgis 2020,
go back.
Get back there. Go back. Go back and do it. Now, we thank our sponsors up front. We really appreciate our longtime sponsors, Rick Rack and Patron. But these folks are definitely also sponsors of this episode. Some of our newest patrons, if you guys want to go through those.
Oh, yeah. Gary McNeil of New Hamburg, Ontario, Canada. Kenny Kiger of Smyrna, Georgia.
Go with it.
Jeffrey Blome of Union, Illinois.
That's crushing it, buddy. Bobby Critch of Rock Harbor, Newfoundland, Canada. Newfoundland. Can I say that?
Newfoundland. Or Newfoundland.
He's a top tier member, which is amazing. Rick, Uteg of Vandaling, Pennsylvania. Benjamin Kittner of Peru. Indiana. Wow, I didn't know we had that. That's amazing.
That's
and
a pause.
Ryan, back to you, buddy.
There's a Paris, Washington as well.
Jeffrey Ralston of Knoxville, Tennessee. We're starting out real good here. Top tier. Jorge Novo of Union, New Jersey, and Carl McKinney of Valent.
Wow, I like how Ryan gets the easy ones.
Oklahoma. That's right. Lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. Pledge a certain amount per piece of content. No risk to you because you can put a monthly cap.
No risk.
That's right. No
Zero risk.
There are benefits, though.
Lots
T-shirts,
of benefits.
Stickers, the private Facebook group.
Private Facebook, no troll zone.
You get, that's right.
Troll zone.
That's troll-free zone. That's right. You get access to these live video broadcasts and chat like we just did prior to this one. You get access to podcasts early like this one months before everybody else, and top-tier access to our premium videos upon request. And we love all you new patrons signing up. The community is growing. It continues to grow. It is, I dare say, the largest online biker community around, guys. And again, troll-free, nothing but bikers helping bikers. That's how we roll. All right, so
nice.
Let's dive in. We made it into Sturgis in episode 1 of 2, and or day 4.
Can we just call day 4 Ryan Day?
Ryan
Can we just call
Day.
it a Ryan
Is that what it is?
Lacquer Day?
Is that what it is?
Because I think that's kind of
Man, did we do that? We showed up, and the very next day was Patreon Day, huh?
No, this wasn't Patron Day. This is the meet and greet.
Oh, no shit. Yeah,
like,
okay. Yeah,
all day Ryan Day. It was like all day Ryan Day in your face. It was awesome. It was just all Ryan.
We had a ball.
Although, if I remember correctly, BDK started out early.
Oh, yeah. What was he doing? What was he doing early?
He was the first one to get up that morning and head on in.
Why was he up so early?
Well, so BDK has been loving his trike. I know there's a podcast out there. I'm
Apparently
sure it'll
not.
be
Apparently not.
linked somewhere. But this long ride kind of put some challenges
What kind
on
of
the old
challenges?
BDK.
What kind? What do you mean?
I don't know. I bet you know.
Well, so part of the thing was he's driving. Yeah, he's got his trike. He only had it for probably a couple months at this point. And
All in town.
That's actually a long time for him to have a bike.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, for him.
One for me. One for me. Sorry, Big Daddy. The guy that changes bikes more often than I change underwear. Big Daddy Kane.
So
Love you, Big Daddy.
yeah, he was bitching about it. Like the corner, you can't go as fast on the corners. He was saying, we'd get on a hill and the group would be just pulling away from him. And that trike had a 114 in it. But even with the guys
That's
that
a
had
lot of weight, though. Just adding the 2 tires.
and so
I don't even know what's going on here.
All right, BDK. You
got
saw
an
his
awkward
reaction. I went with the tires.
So even with the 114, yeah, I said getting up and going, he said we just pull away from him. The corners, that was a big thing for him too. And he was actually saying he showed me like his wrist.
You fight
the
a trike
arthritis
front.
in his wrist.
I've
and he
heard
says
it's
you've
a
got to
son
push.
of a
Yeah, you got to
pull
push a hell of a lot
to
harder. So he
turn.
was saying like the arthritis in his wrists were actually swelling up.
Told him to quit jacking off so much that
Probably needs to
curb
jack
that
off
problem,
more.
or maybe keep him loose.
More, yeah.
I guess, yeah, get some strength in there. But so yeah, he just wasn't totally loving it. So he got up early in the morning and did what?
He decided to go to the dealership to see what they had to offer.
Every time Big Daddy goes to a dealership to see what they have to offer, I'll tell you how that results.
Yeah. So we didn't have to be there till when? It was like 10 or 11. It was around lunchtime, wasn't
11
it?
to 1 Rick Rack and 1 to 3 at Sierra was our obligations.
So we didn't, I don't think, rolled in as a group till 10:30 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He had already sold his trike and had bought a brand new bike, and it was just waiting for him.
Yeah.
At the Black Hills Harley Davidson dealership.
Yeah. It was quick. I mean, he got there and he said he was going to go bright and early and just see what they could do. True BDK fashion.
Like I said, when he says that,
I'll see
I already
what
knew he
they
was getting
can
a
do.
bike.
Yeah, I'm probably not, but I'll see what they can do.
Oh, God. You know how many times I've heard
3
that?
hours in.
Yeah.
He's already sold his and got a new one. So
I told everybody when he
got
left
a new
that,
bike.
I'm like, yeah, he's getting one. When everybody told me where he went, I go, oh, yeah, he'll get a new bike.
Yeah.
It's not even a question to me. Yeah, guaranteed.
Yeah. And then he spread the itch to old Squirts.
Yeah, we ended up down the road a couple days, right?
Well, he spread it that day. Squirts went and looked at a few new bikes. Yeah, he
Gotcha.
spread the Squirts to the old
Squirts. This is wrong.
So he went and actually started looking while you were doing your meet and greet number 1 at the old
right.
Rick-a-Rack.
That's right. That's
Yep,
right.
Squirt was kicking tires on Harleys.
Yeah,
Over there looking at Harleys.
right?
He was looking at road glides.
Yeah,
Yeah,
road
that's what he
glide.
really wanted was looking at the road glides. Went in, sat down, tried to work a few numbers. Numbers
Which you
just
may
didn't
see
work.
Which you may see in
Numbers
the
just did
documentary.
not quite work. So he did not.
Were you with him?
You told me. to
Oh,
go
that's
film
right.
him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, not the other bike, just the Harley one.
No, when he was running numbers, we got him in the back there
Good.
talking with some dudes, and I think me and Popeye went and looked at the bike he was trying to look at.
Yeah.
But
Yep. So like I said, numbers didn't work out. So
Yeah. He ended up walking
Squirt
away.
decided to walk away. Didn't work out for him. So
Smart
anyway,
man.
Should have squirted on his way out. Said, I don't need your bike, and just squirted.
Well, he was drinking a White Claw while running the numbers, so you know what? They offered him free booze. He went for the
yeah, I
White
was making
Claw.
fun of him for that one.
Oh my God!
Nice job.
Hopefully,
Squirt.
we have that on film. drinking a White Claw.
I may have zoomed in on the can.
I'll make sure and throw that in the storyline.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Rick Rack.
So,
Shane?
Yeah, so this was our, we had set up with our sponsors, of course, Rick Rack and Zero 3D, long time beloved sponsors. These guys, we've known them for a long time. We've known them online. Of course, we do business with them. We carry both of their products in our store. They're both successful products that we sell a lot of. But again, a lot of our trips that we do yearly are not necessarily to events. We like to ride, and we ride all over, but we don't often at this point end up at events. When I retire and do lab full time, and as some of the other guys behind the scenes retire, we'll be doing more events because we'll do our regular ride and we'll do events. We'll just have time to do that. And anyways, these two, because we were going to be in Sturgis, it was a long time in the making, about a year, but they graciously wanted us to come in their booth, the whole law-abiding biker crew, not just me, but they wanted from Rick Rack. We had a 2-hour block from 11 to 1 in the Rick Rack booth. Again, this was all at Black Hills Harley Davidson. We had put this out on social media. We talked about it for about 8 months before. So anybody that listened to us or followed us knew that we were going to be there. 11 to 1 Rick Rack, 1 to 3 at Zero. And we got to spend time in the booths, and a ton of people, very humbling, stopped by to say hi to me and everybody. I saw Popeye talking to people. I saw Cowboy, Lurch, everybody, just as people filtered in and out. And I didn't know what to expect because I haven't really done one of these.
And is that your first one?
Yeah,
your first
7.5
official
years.
meet greet?
Besides the patron events.
Well, right,
Yes.
right. But I mean at like another event, like
Yes.
a rally or something like that.
It really was.
There you go.
So I didn't know how many people would come by. It was awesome.
Look good.
And we got to meet a ton of you guys. So if you're listening and you were one that stopped by, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to stop by and say hi, taking the time out of your day so that I could actually meet you, because I really enjoy shaking hands, meeting everybody that was willing to stop by, and had a lot of good laughs with a lot of people. I saw everybody else kind of chilling out too. So it got fairly busy there for a while, and I know Corey, Cowboy here, was filming a lot of stuff, so a lot of that stuff will make the documentary of that meet and greet. And Shane over there at Rick Rack, I got a lot of behind the scenes stuff. He took me in the back of the trailer, and some of the stuff that goes on and things that those people.
That's cool.
To do those events,
right?
It's crazy.
That's a lot of manpower.
Oh my God.
Yeah. A lot of hours.
Just to be there for that long. And but I will tell you, interesting is I mentioned it in my Sturgis video, and in fact, I didn't mention this up front. Let me do it real quick. Oh, let me mention this free video real quick, and then I'll tie it in. But I did want to mention a new free video that's out. I'll put it in the show notes, lawabidingbiker.com/whatever episode number this is. The new motorcycle riding gear I'm testing, Sturgis bound. I did a video of Revzilla sent me a bunch of gear. I did that before. So check that video out. Now post Sturgis, now that I've tested it for thousands of miles and for 9 days. In fact, tomorrow I'm going to start working on one of those, a couple of them actually. I'm going to try to put those videos in between the others, and I'll review each piece of equipment. But if you want to see it all, head over or just go to the YouTube channel, the website, search for that gear. So rolling back here. Here we were. So anyways, humbling experience, and it was hot. It was a long day.
Hot.
It was exhausting. I'm not going to lie to you when you're meeting that many people and trying to, just stay attentive. It was humbling. And then the whole time we were there, Big Daddy was waiting for his bike, right? Because
no,
he was
not
just
really.
waiting for us to be done. Wasn't
He was waiting for us.
Okay.
To be done. So the funny thing was that his bike sold within his trike sold within like an hour.
Yeah,
and so
that's right.
we
didn't know it.
Yeah,
we didn't know it.
BDK told the sales guy, hey, basically, I'll be back. I'm in the area, and the guy who fucking bought the bike had to wait for like half the day till we got done with this meet and greet stuff. If the salesman had just called and said, hey, we got a guy here who's bought the trike, he would have just went up there and pulled his stuff off of the trike. We didn't know. So we show up hours and hours later.
Yeah.
And this guy, poor bastard, sitting there having to wait for us to
for
get
his
back.
new bike.
Waiting for his new trike to be able to take off on it. And then once we got up after the meet and greet, then BDK and a bunch of us jumped in and started helping him pull all of his stuff off that he was going to keep, or shit that he had like in his saddlebags or whatever to put onto his new bike.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy was super nice that bought his trike. We have him on video too, so
Yeah.
that'll probably make the documentary. But it was just funny that his trike sold that. Then they move bikes there.
Oh,
I mean,
so fast.
Yeah.
they
crazy.
move freaking bikes. I forget
Yeah.
how many they sell there. It's at Black Hills Harley Davidson during Sturgis. It's freaking unbelievable the amount of bikes they move. What did you guys think overall? To get your take on it, what did you guys think about real quick on the meet and greets? Because I didn't get to ask you at Ciro and Rick Rack and all that. You guys got to meet a lot of people and hang out?
So the majority of the people that I got to meet were probably our longtime listeners, the ones who definitely subscribe to the podcast.
They're not just YouTube watchers.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
So because you're the face of YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and so they all see you on YouTube. The people who are, like I said, the longtime listeners, or
The
people who
hardcore audience.
the hardcore audience to subscribe to the podcast and listen. They know all of us. They know all the personalities, and those are the guys who would come up and say hi to us. And some of these people I'd met before, some of them I've never met. But yeah, just once again, those the podcast listeners who listen to everything, not just the audience who tunes into YouTube to find out how to fix bike stuff, which is obviously a large portion of what Lab is about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say the same thing. I mean, I'm new to this world and only been, this is my second main ride, and this is my fourth podcast now because we just did 3. So a few people actually, I was surprised. They would, oh, hey, you're a cowboy, which was kind of weird for me, being new to the game. But I was trying to hide around the out fringes, trying to take photos and video of you and a BDK and Lurch and Popeye and all those guys, getting to meet everybody. So I wasn't in the mix as much. I was kind of trying to hide on the outline, bring people beer when they needed it, just trying to be a helper, just because I'm still new to it. So not a lot of people recognize me, and it's hard to get away from that. So it was cool though. I mean, both booths they were massive, really big booths, and they treated us pretty well. Yeah. I mean, it was pretty cool.
Booths were great. I will say that too about like meeting people is kind of funny because some of the listeners or the audience would come up and like Cowboy was saying, "Oh, hey, you're Cowboy," and like as people come up, "Oh, hey, you're Popeye," and you just did this, that, and the other. I'm thinking, holy shit, I don't even really remember talking about this. Because a lot of times, we'll...
Because he's drinking again? They think it's just because he does so many podcasts.
What do you mean?
Don't zoom in on that.
What do you mean again? I never quit. So no, it's you'll forget shit that you say on the podcast, and a lot of listeners really pick that up. They remember that stuff, which is awesome.
We talk a lot of shit, and they call us on it.
Yeah. But so where I was kind of going with that is like some of these guys would be like, hey, they even asked, they recognize, like, is it kind of weird for you, like me coming up and I just know so much about you? And for my own personal experience, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to like Joe Rogan podcasts, and you sit there and you listen to podcasts, and you feel like you're sitting there in the studio with them, and so you really get to know them, and you feel like you're part of the conversation, which is what multiple of these individual people that I met have told me. A bunch of people have told me this over all our meet and greets and stuff. You feel like you're sitting here at the table with us, and you really get to know us, and so. When they come to meet us, they already know a lot about us. We don't know anything about them. And so some of these people have recognized that. And they're like, is it weird? Is that weird for you? You're like a celebrity to us. Is that weird? And I'm like, yeah, it is a little bit weird.
Yes.
It is.
It
is honestly, for the listening audience, it is. It's a little, it takes getting used to. It's very cool what has grown over the years. And it's awesome that people come up and they recognize us and that they remember the stuff that we say. Very humbling. It's awesome. Yeah, it takes some getting used to.
I think anybody who is a normal person would say that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and the guys here were just a bunch of bikers. We remain pretty humble about that stuff, I think. But yeah, I think anybody new to that would definitely. I mean, yeah, it's taken some years to get used to that for sure.
Yeah, it was cool. It was fun.
Yeah,
Fun,
good
busy
time.
day.
And thank you, Zero 3D Rick Rack, for the time. And I just got to meet the whole Zero 3D crew and just talk with them as much as I could in between shaking hands and all that kind of stuff. And it was clear, we mentioned it in the last episode, is when we rolled into Deadwood, we went to our house that night, and then this was the next day, and it was clear that COVID was non-existent in Deadwood. Well, when we got to Black Hills, it was fairly clear. We weren't sure how the whole Sturgis thing, this was only Black Hills, but it was pretty much non-existent. It was life as normal.
Exactly.
So
all kinds of handshakes and hugs and shit like that.
They had hand sanitizer out and stuff. shake some hands. I threw some hand sanitizer off.
Right.
I didn't pick my nose, and everything was good. So
wash your hands. Don't touch your face.
Yeah, don't pick your nose. Don't sneeze in people's faces and shit. Don't spit on people. Don't kiss them.
Right.
I mean, yeah,
it was pretty funny sitting on the kind of like Cowboy was saying, just on the outskirts too of sitting there watching the monkey in the chair. I think I even came up and told you that.
You're talking to me. Yeah, I had a chair, like a director's chair. Cyril gave me. Is that what you're talking about? To put the
I was just showing him the pphoto that I took of you.
Yeah, And I like that photo.
And me and Lurch kind of sitting back on the weird bullshit and going, man, it's it's just weird. It's like everybody lining up. How much everything has grown. With LAB of just people lining up to come and meet you. And that's awesome.
Right.
I mean, like I said, I spoke about that in the last podcast of what a testament to kind of the American dream of growing a business. But here we are 9 years later after 7 years.
It's almost 7.5. Yeah.
So about 8 years after starting LAB and being able to go to a place like Sturgis and you got all these listeners and whatnot that you're helping with their bike and coming up and saying hi. How awesome is that to be able to, hey, I created this, and it's this is badass.
It is. Definitely. It's well put, and what drives me forward for sure when on those tired days to remember the awesome community that's being built around law-abiding biker media. Just, the community is what it's all about. So awesome.
So
awesome.
I'm curious about this next bullet point. I don't remember this.
Me neither.
With Oscar.
Damn it, Oscar.
That? Yeah.
I'm looking. How far down are we?
It's right
your
after
scratched
your chair.
shield.
Oh, you guys didn't know about this.
No, what's up
I
with
knew you
that?
scratched your shield. I didn't know Oscar did it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I told Oscar to frickin' put my helmet when we were at Black Hills because his trunk doesn't have anything because we dropped everything back at the house, right? And I asked him to put it in his damn trunk. He gives me my helmet back on the way out, and I'm like, what the fuck is that, dude? And so you know how first you think it's like a smudge and stuff?
Yeah.
And so it and worse yet, it runs right down my left eye, dude, right down the center of it. It can't be in between.
Yeah.
It's got to be, and
Right
it's right there. So I start feeling, I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. So what I determined happened is he put it in his trunk, jammed it in there, and when he closed his trunk, the hinges on his trunk, he just fucking scraped it right. I mean, it was the deepest gouge. You ain't cleaning it. There's do not pass go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody in Sturgis, anywhere around, would have fucking
I thought they would.
Showy,
your remark though.
one of the most popular helmets around, Showy Neotech, and we could not. I told Oscar, and I was just busting his balls. Shit happens, but it sucks because I got to ride with that the next 5 days.
Right.
And so I started having him put his feelers out the next day. We called a bunch of places. We visited a bunch of places. Nobody. Wow. I don't even know who was selling helmets at Sturgis, let alone shields. It's weird. You know what I mean?
Oh, most people aren't wearing helmets at Sturgis.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We are in. That's true. We are in a non-helmet state. So it was weird, but we could not find one. And as I got home, I finally got another one on. But that was a pain in the ass. Thanks, Oscar.
Thanks, Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Really
trunk came in
appreciate
handy,
that.
buddy.
So finished the day up. We rode out it was hot and tiring. I already said that. It was
hot.
exhausting. It was exhausting. And that's not because I don't like meeting people. It's just exhausting when you're going.
Yeah.
I ate while I was
mentally
standing.
just wears you out. Just wears you out.
And the shitty thing was, one thing I'll say about Black Hills and Sturgis in general, I guess I shouldn't say Sturgis in general because there's some good places there, but there was no draft beer at that Black Hills. Not one fucking
It was
booth.
all
It was all canned Coors.
It was the aluminum bottles.
bottles.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's the first time I've had a Coors in a long time, but it tasted real fucking good because I was hot,
I know.
tired. Somebody bring me a hot dog or something, or a hamburger, and I ate like 2 bites of that, and then the line started, and then in between I had a couple bites of a cold hamburger just to get by. But so I was done.
Yeah.
I was spent, man. I was ready for some cold beers and some alone time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we cruised back out of Sturgis that evening, went to the Firehouse Grill in Rapid City.
Dude, it was hot, but I really liked that place.
Yeah, Did you? It was hot
I
back in
really
there.
enjoyed it.
What'd
It
you like
was
about it?
super hot being outside, but so you walk in and then just
It's an old
so you guys
firehouse.
can understand. Yeah, it's an old firehouse. And we sat outside, so it was all exposed. and
Well,
we sat
not
in
really
the far
outside.
back.
We sat, so it was the old bay.
Yeah.
of
The
where
garage
you'd
doors
park the
open.
fire
Yeah, and
trucks.
they took
So and we were in the very
Back.
in the very back, so the deepest part of the garage with very
there's a
little
lot of-
airflow.
There's a
You're
lot
gonna
of
go
us,
in, go deep.
so-
Yeah, it was.
Well, there's a lot of us.
Just
so,
do it.
For what it was, there being that many of us, it worked out, and I thought it was great.
What'd you like?
Beer
the
was
food,
good.
or-
The food was good. Just the atmosphere.
The decor
And
was
then-
cool. I got some good video inside there.
And I walked out after while you guys were still eating, did some video stuff of the street. But looking back on the concrete wall where the bay is some pretty cool paint of some firefighters, the American flag, and that kind of thing. And so it was actually it was a sweet kind of atmosphere. I really liked that place. I thought it was cool.
So what's interesting is
Downtown
but it was
Rapid
good.
City, if
Yeah.
we didn't mention. Mhm.
Super cool.
about that place is when we were walking in, somebody had talked to some guys who were just walking out.
That was one of the guys that recognized me
Okay,
too.
recognized you. Okay,
from
there you
YouTube.
go.
And I
I
asked him, I go, after he, hey, Ryan, I was like, is that any good? Yeah. He gave it shitty recommendation.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
really?
said that, he said they screwed up all their orders. And
wow.
I don't.
Food was marginal.
Yeah. He goes, they got cold beer, I think is what he said,
Yeah.
or something, right?
I go, well, we're in then.
Yeah. Good for us.
After the day we had.
Yeah.
But none of our orders were screwed up.
thought it was
Food
pretty
was
good.
good.
Yeah,
So,
I thought it was good.
we'd give it a recommendation.
I liked it.
Not too bad.
Cowboy does. I don't know if anybody else does, but
I did.
I thought it was a cool place.
I liked
the
it.
food and beer was good. So
They've got all kinds of old firefighter decorations if you go upstairs and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of the old plaques and medals and just a really, really cool atmosphere. But yeah, my food was fine.
Yeah.
It was good.
And while we're inside,
it rained.
it rained.
Oh, that's right.
It rained. It was the only
Our
time
first-
that we saw rain the entire trip.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because it probably hadn't rained in quite a while. And so, places like a desert, I guess I don't know if you could I'd probably call that area a desert type place, but I mean, they probably don't get a lot of rain. So it's those type of cities, you get some dry, dusty areas a little bit. So I remember the ground was kind of that dirty water, from the rain. Shit. And that just gets all up on your bike and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
fuck. That's when you just get dirt.
After you've already been riding for 4 days.
Yeah, and you just get dirt
Right.
everywhere. And that's when I got home. It took me forever to clean my bike because you just get the dirt up in all kinds of places and just dirties up your bike like to no end.
You got to clean every nook and cranny.
And what would do a good job of that for you?
Bike
The
Bright.
bike bright.
Oh,
Because you
where
don't want
could
to
you get
miss
that at?
any nooks or crannies. Lawabidingbiker.com/store. Nice. That's what I used.
Me too.
I was
Me
telling
too.
you guys in between podcast episode, I literally, as the day of this podcast, just washed mine 5 days ago finally, and it was horrid. And the longer you let it sit like that,
Yeah, it just gets nasty.
Cakes on, especially if you're out riding in the sun and whatnot.
nothing the Bike Bright couldn't handle. And then I followed up. No shit. I followed up with some Bug Slide. After I wash it, sometimes I just put
Good
a
old
whole
Bug
coat of
Slide.
Bug Slide on it. About, every other wash, I'll just throw a whole brand new coat of Bug Slide on it. Oh, she's pretty. Look at her.
She looks good out there.
Yeah, that's
She's
nice
ready
place.
to be
I mean,
mounted.
I can't see her.
She's clean. She's ready to be mounted again. All right.
This
What-
is podcast 2, just
Yeah.
in case you guys didn't know.
Yeah.
All right. And so we ended up going back to the house. What did we do that night? You guys remember?
You went to bed.
I cleaned up film gear. I bet I did go straight to bed.
Yeah, Ryan disappeared.
I probably spent an hour and a half.
That was it.
Cowboy wanted to go to bed.
Oh, this is right. This is the night. See, once I watch all the film I have, I'll remember. You guys thought,
Well,
you wanted to go to bed.
I did. 'Cause,
You
yeah,
were
this
working
is-
on film stuff and
Well,
pictures that you
yeah.
took as your photography stuff.
Yeah.
You were trying
and that
to be
was
responsible.
my first day to where I was doing it all day.
Yeah, right.
And you guys may see it in the film. I mean, while Ryan's meeting and greeting, I've got 2 cameras on me,
Mm-hmm.
plus a backpack with all of the extra stuff. And that was my day, was all day switching between photography and video and cameras, and it was hot.
It was hot.
And
We're drinking
so-
canned cold Coors.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, that day kicked my butt. When I got home,
Me too.
when we got back to the house, I was like, "Yeah, I'm done. I'm good.
I took
wanna
a shower.
Go to bed.
I want to sit here,
Yeah,
transfer some video
yeah,
onto
that-
hard drives.
Right?
And call
Yeah,
it
you
good.
want to get prepped for the next day.
Get your batteries charged.
yeah,
Yeah.
you want to do all that, and then you have Popeye.
Normally, I'm the bad
Who
influence
has
on
no
people.
responsibilities at all. Popeye takes a shower and goes, I got nothing else to do. Let's go get fucked up.
Let's go downtown. Hey, you guys want to go downtown? We should go downtown. Hey, Cowboy, you're smaller than me. We should go downtown.
So I've been known to be a bad influence at times on people.
was that day 4?
Might have been.
Or was it 5?
So
It may have been 4
But
because
I
I,
also-
was tired and didn't want to go.
so also another thing is I know how to influence people.
Good old squid. yeah, you use squid on me. You
And I knew
turkey.
if I-
Popeye's
Yeah.
not an influencer marketer. He's just an influencer.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's funny.
he
I knew
used
if I could
squid
get,
on me.
Yeah, I knew if I could
He
get
used
squid to
squid
go,
on
I
me.
could get freaking Cowboy to go. So
I said no in the beginning.
Yeah, he was Cowboy. At
didn't
first,
last
told me yes. First, told me he was going to go. But even hold on, let's back that up a little bit because,
Back
like
it
I
up.
said,
Back it up.
normally yes, I'll admit I'll influence people to go do shit, and but
Freely
now,
admit.
but now I've got Squirt, and Squirt always wants to go. I'm like, shit, I don't
Thanks,
really want to go. It's
Squirt.
like, 'cause
He's
I'm
not
getting
really
older.
hard to influence
No.
at all.
But no, he's influencing
influencing
me
you. I
now,
got you,
and I'm
track,
like,
yeah.
shit, I don't.
You're getting
like,
old, bro.
I'm getting old. I just turned 39, so I'm knocking on 40's door, and so I don't quite go out as. So I'm not quite as hard charging as I used to be, but now I got a kid in his fucking 20s who's like, dude, Popeye, let's go. I'm like, ooh, that does sound fun. Let's go do that. You know, he's still got that twinkle of the glory days, right?
Me and Lurch were talking about too. It's so awesome seeing somebody push Popeye.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That conversation may have come up where I'm like, I'm glad
you.
Squirt's on this.
That was
trip.
me and you,
Yeah,
that's right,
because
yeah.
he's taking all the heat off me and he's bringing it to Popeye. So I was definitely better off this trip than last year.
Even the first couple of nights leading up to this, Squirt would be like, dude, let's get a fucking Uber. Let's go downtown. And I'm like, yeah, call it up. Get it going. You going to go? I'm like, call it up. But he wasn't sure if I'd go or not.
Put him
So
on
he'd
the
never
spot.
call it up. So this time he's like, all right, we're fucking going. I
We're
go,
going.
Call him up. And he goes, okay, I'm doing it. I'll go if you go. And so, yeah, it ended up, like I
was
said, we
cool,
went.
though.
I got Squid to go. So me, Squid, and Cowboy all went downtown, and we went and tore down fucking statues downtown Rapid City.
Oh, yeah. Got your T-shirts and your poster, tore down statues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh my
Oh, God.
Yeah, that conversation was awesome. Hey, Cowboy, you going? No. Squid's going. All right.
Yeah. You were in the
pretty much
shower
how
too. I
it-
was
yeah,
yelling at you
I
through the door.
know.
Squid's going, pussy.
What time did you guys get back in?
All right.
Yeah.
Not late. Well, I
Yeah.
took okay. Well, I took my own Uber.
Okay, it was one of those nights, yeah.
We ended up splitting.
We do that a lot.
Well,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we were kind of getting. We went back to the original bar after like bar 5 because it was
Oh,
just
there's only like
dud,
2 or
dud.
3 bars down there.
Yeah, and they left the one I was having fun at, so we went back to the original, and I was like, you know what, I'm good. Anybody wants to go with me? So I ordered an Uber, and then they disappeared in the bar. They're like, one more drink.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that. That shit never
And
ends
then-
well.
Yeah, and then my ride showed up, so I'm like,
Road
peace.
goes on forever, and the party never ends.
It worked though, because I got into
coming from our last episode, if you can name that group,
Yeah,
that's a free bottle of
That's
whiskey.
very-
From Bob.
We're giving away a case
Yeah,
of
we're
whiskey
just
here.
giving them all. Can we get
I'm
sponsored?
not sure.
Bottom shelf whiskey.
Yeah, I still don't think in any way I'm authorized to give shit away at law-abiding biker media.
Not giving him a card.
No. Yeah. We ended up they called an Uber from the inside. So by the time I got picked up, they come walking out and getting their own Uber. So we
Yeah.
just basically followed each other.
And then got back at the
so
same
I
time.
paid for I just paid for my own Uber. But anyway.
Good way to end the day.
Yeah,
Good
it
way to
wasn't
end the
bad.
day.
And so that whole time, because we'd made the determination, you ended up changing your plans, but said, yeah, we're not going to the Badlands because the next day was going to be the Badlands.
That's right.
And you guys are getting up early, and
was
I'm
the
like,
good
"Hey,"
night, yeah.
and I'm just not a huge. I mean, just me. I'm not a huge fan of the Badlands, and so I'm like, I don't want to go out there. And so I decided, already made the determination I wasn't going to go out there. I was going to freaking stay out a little bit that night, and then go tour around in a different direction the next day. with
He
some of the
knew
other
he was
guys.
going for photos and video. That's like dream. Yeah.
Well,
So-
I've never been there.
Oh, out in the Badlands. is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you
I
gotta
get
get
it. Yeah, and
photograph shots of
I
that.
get it. I get
You gotta-
Popeye's
you gotta go.
spot. Yeah. Once I've been there, if it was now we do it again next year,
Right.
I may not go if it's an early morning and we're going out
Right.
and having fun.
He'll
the
stay
night
on and
before.
get fucked up next
Yeah,
time.
like
That's responsible.
it's one. It's one you got to go see, and
Dude.
I had never seen it, so that's what this trip for me.
What
with
about
all
the
my
bucket shot?
equipment, Yeah,
The bucket shot. You don't know if the fourth time you go there or the second time you go there,
that's
you're going to
true.
get the
Thanks,
bucket
Ryan.
shot. You're
Thanks
a photographer.
For, yeah, just send
Mindset,
that right my
bro.
way. There it is. See, all right, so all of you at home, I've got one influence. I've got the other influence. They're completely opposite.
Right. Exactly.
I'm caught in the middle.
Angel and devil on the shoulder.
I'm over there.
caught in the
Be
middle.
responsible. Keep your YouTube channel and your photography business
Yeah,
going.
yeah, yeah.
Fuck that. Let's
Fuck
go
it.
out
Give
and
up
drink.
on life. Drink. Get fucked up. Fuck life.
Yeah, you want a double or single?
Yeah. Welcome to my life, everybody.
Oh, too funny, dude.
Jeez
All right.
Louise.
So we end that. Let's do this, and then we'll roll into I think day 5.
Day 5. Yeah.
Popeye, why don't you just roll with this, bro? You're on fire.
Popeye, do it.
Oh, Bikeaholics,
Yeah.
are you searching for the easiest and quickest detachable luggage system for your motorcycle? Rick Rack has just what you are looking for. Forget all those frustrating straps and bungee cords that become loose and slap your paint.
Slap of that paint.
Check out one of Rick Rack's awesome quick attach strapless luggage rack
strapless.
systems. This father-son team designed something really special that you can't find anywhere else. Yup. And these guys ride. So they truly understand the needs of bikers. The Rick Rack Quick Attach system is strong, durable, and secure with a lockable system. Also, check out their full line of quality touring bags to accompany your quick detach systems. Once you go Rick Rack, you'll never go back. What are you waiting for, Bikeaholics? Head over to the law-abiding bikers store and check out our full line of Rick Rack systems and bags.
There you go. All right. Well done.
Nice.
You never know what you're going to get with the ad spots with us. We spice it up, dude.
Did you turn my volume down during that?
A little bit.
Yeah, I could hear
Did you
my
notice?
headphone, yeah.
I turned your gain down. You're
getting a
hot.
little hot.
You're coming in hot.
Getting in there. He was getting in there.
Hey, Popeye. Just grab any IPA out of there for me. He's making a run to the fridge.
Well, I won't say no.
Grab me one of those orange top ones. The what's it called? It's the
IPA, he said.
yeah, the bottom one. Yeah.
Wait, no, get this one.
Whatever. Just give me a frickin' beer at this point, for God's sakes.
Day 5, Badlands.
Oh, the old Badlands.
Yeah.
Now, if you haven't ridden Badlands and you go to Sturgis, it is a bucket list. Not the
Yeah.
bucket shop,
Yeah,
but it's the
yeah.
bucket list. It's a bucket list must do. It was your first time.
Yeah, for sure.
I did it back 5 years ago at the 75th anniversary, and it was cool. And it was just as hot. I don't care which one. It was just as hot. You'll have to get the bottle opener off the top of the fridge too, brother.
It's demanding.
For God's sakes, dude. You can't give a... Popeye's getting us beers, if you didn't notice. That's why we're getting sidetracked. But it is definitely something to do. And I will tell you that I've been to Badlands twice now, and it's fucking hot both times. Like, just freaking hot. It was 100 degrees when we went to Badlands last time, and it was 100, 103. Actually, when we got to that...
It wasn't in the air conditioning sleeping in the house, though.
It's hot with a hangover, though. Tell you that. You sweat it out.
Oh, jeez. It was warm, man.
Yeah, it was warm. But it's a cool... I think everybody pretty much went except Popeye and Squirt.
Yeah,
They were the
they
only
went,
two,
yeah.
which we know why.
Well, in Sturgis, Jeff did his own thing with his group, right? Or
no,
he came.
with
He
us.
came that day. That was the next.
Yeah.
that was the next day. That's right. Yeah.
So
It was
Sturgis,
fun,
Jeff
man.
stays in Sturgis.
Yeah.
They've had a house there forever that they rent. He rode up to meet us in Rapid City to head out to the Badlands because it's closer to Rapid City.
You're a photographer or anything like that, man. It's a cool place just to see. And
It's kind of like you leave Earth for a
who
bit.
was it? It was Indian John. We're talking about putting a golf course out in the middle of the Badlands. Like, it's just random stuff you do.
Right.
And he had it mapped. He had the first 9 holes mapped out by the time we left that first stop we did.
Yeah, dude.
I think he was looking for my money. I didn't give it to him. But I think he was looking for some investments.
Right. Some of us, let's go golf in the 109 degree heat.
It was cool though.
No,
it
that's
looked
cool.
really cool.
Yeah,
So,
that's funny. That's funny. Oh, Indian John went with us. Heck yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
So it's cool. It's like you leave Earth for a little bit because it's just so weird. It's just, it's weird. That's all I can say. It's beautiful in its own way. We got some cool shots. It got a little bit windy on us, but it just got plain hot. Yeah. And we made a few stops at a few of the lookout points. I suggest doing that. Check it out. If you're in the area for sure. So we ended up, actually prior to Badlands, we stopped in Walls, South Dakota.
That's right.
Another
Yeah.
place you should visit. What do you think of Walls? I've been there before. What was your overall thoughts of
I've
Walls?
never been there. That was good. We had some food and then we kind of walked around.
Was
and
it
you were
packed?
looking for something specific.
Walls is a big
it
place,
wasn't-
man.
yeah, it
I mean, a
wasn't-
small city, but I should say the buildings.
Yeah.
And it's like one store runs into another store.
they all have
the drug
access
store.
to
Yeah.
everything.
When we
Yeah,
were there
yeah.
for the 75th, it was packed. That's what I was wondering.
It wasn't like super busy. I mean,
bad.
it was busy, but it wasn't packed like, man, I just don't want to be in here with all these people.
It was not like the 75th.
Yeah.
Like when we went, we hit it at a good time. I parked right downtown up front.
Yeah.
I found out.
No, it was cool we were only there maybe 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We ate something, had some coffee or whatever, and then you were looking for something specific. And then we left.
Yep.
Yeah,
I got
just
the kids some gifts.
Yeah.
It's a great place. If you make a Sturgis trip, you want to bring some gifts home from your kids.
Yeah.
You just walk through those stores and I just start grabbing shit.
Yeah.
I don't even shop that hard. You just want to take something home and just start grabbing stuff. So that's where I got all my goodies for my 2 girls.
Yeah, the wall. That wasn't a bad place.
Yeah. It's fun. Stop by there. It's definitely, I say you must stop by there. It's cool. You won't be disappointed that you did. You can shop around. There's a restaurant there. You can eat and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was 107 degrees in Walls. Did you know that? Because I made a note.
I see that. You made a note.
Oh, it was 100. It was probably about 103 there. But when we got through Badlands, so you leave Walls, you hit Badlands. We already talked about that. We stopped at this place and I'm not kidding. We're just fucking beat,
dude,
because it was windy and then it was 107 degrees and it was like it's the blow dryer. Oh fuck!
Well, and we had construction for a while, so we're slow rolling. It wasn't you weren't at speed going through Badlands. We're going like 10 miles an hour in this heat in a line, and it was that just beats on you.
Didn't you guys say too? You told me I wasn't aware, but somebody was stalking me because I was filming the documentary.
I did. Tell
me that story because I didn't get the full story.
Dude, it was so cool. So,
stalking me in a funny way.
But we hope so. Yeah, right. We think what was happening after our first stop in the Badlands. There was a bike that was behind the whole crew, but he was riding pretty close. And then we pulled off real quick to do another kind of stop and film. When they pulled over with us, but he went to the front of the pullout when you come back on the road, and he pulled over with his wife or girlfriend or whatever in the shade, and they just sat on their bikes. They never got off the bike.
And we're filming a documentary film here every stop, and I got GoPros.
So we've got cameras,
cams,
GoPros. So we do our thing, get back on our bikes, we take off. As soon as we take off, they follow right back behind us. And they did that through the whole Badlands. Yeah. This one bike was right by. So he's trying to get his own little sneak peek into the documentary.
Was he filming or anything, or did I miss that?
I don't think he was. Okay. No, but they were clearly following the group,
right?
For whatever reason.
Yeah,
my guess is he just wants to be. I know. Just we're not gonna say go wave.
You make the film.
Yeah,
you make the film.
Up.
Yeah, exactly.
But it definitely seemed like they were just trying to follow the group.
Yeah. So we end up stopping.
It's cool.
I'm glad you shared that story because I didn't get the whole thing. We were so hot, and I was kind of delirious. But we stopped at what's called Cowboys Corner. How fitting, dude!
Yeah,
straight up. This is quite a place. We were getting some gas. We just needed some fluids.
Felt like I was at home. You know,
this is the song they had rolling when we pulled in. Cowboys Corner. Cowboy had his chaps on with little laces off of him, walking in, kicks the door open, bow-legged.
Yeah. Thong on under.
Well, they can't see what's under.
Cowboys Corner. Hot, shitty little grocery store.
But it was a cool little grocery store.
But cash only. And we had fun.
Son of a... Yeah. Well, yeah.
We had fun.
Yeah, we ended up...
So we were there. There's an old guy biker. Remember his... Like an old, apparently he's been in a documentary film or something. Sturgis Jeff said
History Channel,
History Channel, or something.
History Channel is what Oscar was saying. He said he saw
okay,
him
Oscar
a couple,
did too.
Yeah, on the History Channel.
So if you guys know who he is, I don't.
Sturgis.
Here's how I'm going to explain him. He's an old biker dude with a shitty old bike, and he's got stuff packed all over it. I'm not talking bad about him.
Yeah,
like trash,
trash bags.
He's got an old video camera, like the big kind, like with a VCR tape, but it's actually digital
with the cool handle on top.
With the cool handle, yeah, like an ENG camera, right. An ENG camera, and he's got a metal plate welded on, and then he's like got it glued to that. The camera doesn't even work. So.
Well, you figured out he painted the record button red.
Yeah.
It wasn't even actually on.
No.
It was just red. You're like, hey, it's painted.
Because I'm like, this guy can't really be fucking using this thing. I'm going because being a video guy, I'm like, so I'm looking at it. Yeah. And I'm like,
this is all you see.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, this would be the most horrible, shitty video. Yeah. And it's going through his plexiglass windshield.
Which is all like,
I said, this thing would overheat in like 2 minutes, So I'm looking at him like
Stop being practical, Ryan.
I know. The guy clearly has it on there to get looks. And he got looks, and I filmed it. And he's sitting.
He made the film. Nice job, buddy.
He did. He made the film. But he was sitting inside, and we got talking to him a little bit. And I forget how many 30 Sturgis trips or something. So, anyways, he's some sort of
homemade
guy
jeans.
That some people know. Homemade jeans. Just
jeez.
Oh, you weren't there, dude. They were literally like pieced together.
I wish
it was like a whole bunch of different jeans. sewed together.
44 times. Said he rode to Sturgis 44 times.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And yes, just old junky bike and stuff loaded all over. It's just a horrible
the whole back
scene
end was just
with nets and shit. Just you're like, this thing even run?
yeah.
He started that fucker up and rode out
he
of there.
crushed it.
But he's a super nice guy. I just don't know who he is. And Sturgis Jeff, if he was here, he'd
probably
give us a
tell you
whole history
everything,
lesson.
his whole
on him.
bio.
Yeah. So if you guys know him, cool. We met him.
Yeah, it was
and
fun, dude.
he'll make my documentary. This time, I would think that he'll make the cut somehow in there. So yeah,
Can't
if you
miss
see that
Oscar's challenge here.
Oh yeah, we got to do that.
Skip ahead.
So why don't you pick that up, dude?
So we were actually talking to
There's a little tent,
old dude,
right?
Yeah,
Explain
and we
that
were
setup.
leaving. So we were leaving out of the gas station. Well, off to the side of the gas station, there was a little awning set up.
Lurch likely found this
And
with
yeah,
beer.
and there was a garage door or something that was open. And so we're walking out to get ready, and all of a sudden Lurch and I think BDK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't remember who else. But maybe Sarge were over there. And they're like, hey, come over here. And they were selling beer and stuff outside where you can sit and kind of hang out. So we went out there.
Ride longer and treat your ass with some respect already. Get hooked up with a premium butt buffer seat cushion. This company of bikers developed a super thin hospital-grade seat cushion made of solid and elastic materials, and it's unlike those gel pads that will leak if punctured. The butt buffer is designed not to slide around in your seat, fits all motorcycles, installs in seconds, easily cleans, and helps to dampen vibrations. With plenty of models to choose from, they assure you'll have a comfortable ass when riding. Head over to the Law-Abiding Biker Store and check out our lineup of butt buffer seat cushions.
And we were hanging out, and there was a pickle. Was it? It wasn't a pickled hammock.
Yeah, that's what Lurch said, and that's what she said.
What?
It's like a
Really?
pickled hammock. Yeah,
Oh, that's awkward.
that is awkward.
So there was something
It
in a
looked
jar
awkward.
that was pickled, and so
It's
of course
107
naturally
degrees out.
we're talking. It's really
They're
hot.
like boiling in the jar.
Yeah, and we're talking.
It's
So
gross.
naturally it comes out, and money starts flying, and people start
Challenges. start.
challenging people, and Oscar's getting challenged.
We're
and
drinking a beer, warm beer, but it gets
yeah.
warm real quick at 107 degrees.
So
yeah.
I guess you're just gonna have to watch the documentary to figure out how that ends. That's a bummer.
you're gonna keep a hook,
sorry.
huh?
Anyway,
God.
it was hilarious. It was a good time. We had a good time.
Yep.
And Cowboys Corner.
Cowboys Corner, a pickled
That's right.
hammock, and there was a somewhat of a challenge, and
Yeah.
it will be coming
It
out of
was
the
good.
documentary
Yeah.
film. So yeah,
It was good. I do take percentages, Cowboy Corner, if you want to.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Way.
pickled hammock. Yep, that's what it was. So
That's so weird.
Lurch tried it, BD Kane tried it, and Oscar. I did not. I filmed it though.
Yeah.
Back to Sturgis after.
Oh, man.
We'll wrap this day up. I mean, yeah,
Probably the best night.
yeah. You
at
think so?
Sturgis.
Well, then let's spend just a
So
little
the
bit.
rest of us that didn't go to the Badlands when I did America shit.
Right, you sleeping with a hangover.
No,
Which we did America shit the next
actually,
day.
I wasn't bad. Squid was bad.
Self-diagnosed. I wasn't bad.
No, I've been worse. Yeah. Squid was hurting. But yeah, we went and rode up to. That was the day we went up to Mount Rushmore,
Okay, we went the
yeah.
following day.
Okay,
yeah.
well, we went the following day, so we'll talk about that later.
and we went and
All
did.
right. Let's
Yeah,
talk
rode
about
around
the
the
night.
Black Hills.
Let's talk about the night.
And then we met up with you guys. I'm just letting you know what the rest of us did.
All two of you.
3.
Oh,
Three.
Sorry. Three.
Yeah. No, that'll be good. We'll actually bring it together and talk Rushmore together since we went at different times. But let's finish up. What?
Met you. I can see him out of the corner of my eye. When we look at him, I can see him looking at me.
So we went to Sturgis,
Sturgis.
everybody, and this it was a fun night.
Sturgis.
Yeah, we met up with you guys. You guys come back from Badlands. We'd come back from America's one of the greatest places. Rushmore.
Did you tear it down?
We tried.
You tried to spray paint it, deface
we,
it, and
we
shit.
crawled up there. Yeah. threw
Oh
some
yeah, with
paint
your
on it.
T-shirts and
yeah.
signs.
Yeah,
He went all national treasure on him. He was trying to find the hidden
that's right.
treasure out there.
Yeah. No, yeah. So met up with you guys, and that's where we all linked up at the Knuckle. Right? You guys had just gotten to the Knuckle Saloon. We all sat down, and while eating dinner, there was a gal in there who's painted up Trump. Remember that shit?
Yep.
Trump,
Naked but painted body paint.
Yep, nothing on.
I've got it on video.
Yeah, no shirt. But yeah, she had Trump shit painted on her. I don't. It's just Trump or Make America Great Again. I got a picture of somewhere.
I got it on full video. If you want.
yeah, there you go. Even better.
If you want 4K, just
Yeah,
let us
you want it in
know.
4K? We can crop.
Yeah. So yeah, her and her husband were in there, and so yeah, we had dinner at the
The
At
knuckle.
the knuckle.
That's pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Now,
And for being as busy as it was in the restaurant
Good
part
service.
of it, the waitresses were killing it.
they were
like they.
It was not
didn't
like the
miss a beat.
75th though. We wouldn't even got a table at the 75th.
That
Remember?
could be true.
It was amazing that we
Yeah.
were able to get a table. So it was a little bit less.
So it
attendance.
was less busy, but I mean the restaurant itself was busy. I mean
Yeah.
it was packed, but the waitresses
service.
killed it, man.
They did.
They were there. They never missed a beat. I was actually super impressed. I thought I'd have to wait like 4 hours to get
Yeah.
anything done.
Yep.
And they killed it. It was really cool. Knuckle Saloon.
Now, prior to the knuckle, me, Matt, and me, Lurch, and
Usually the
Cowboy.
fingers.
Yeah, what's that?
Just
Prior to the knuckles,
Yeah,
usually the fingers.
it starts with the tip. Starts with the tip. Then you work into the knuckle.
Sorry.
One for you. Okay. So prior to that, we Lurch, Cowboy, and I went to get our press passes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's funny because this year they completely canceled press passes, and so we had that little debacle. And then, but it was clear from even showing up at the community center, people immediately. We weren't sure. We had been in Deadwood. We
Right.
had been, people recognizing us at Black Hills, but it was clear right off the bat in that parking lot. People started coming up to us and all the way there to the knuckle. And that would continue throughout the
throughout
Sturgis
the whole week,
experience.
yeah.
And so I just want to personally thank all of you that came up and said hi to us in Sturgis.
Look at me.
Yeah. Look at me. And I was very pleased to meet you guys in person. And so thank you for
It was
taking
cool.
the time out of your day to actually do that, to come up and say hi to us. So,
And I can attest that Ryan is humbled by the amount of people that come up and
we joke and I love it.
Yeah.
It's fun. But yeah, I am.
that come up and say hi to him and recognize
Because you're taking
what
your
we're
time
doing
out of
here.
your day. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's cool.
We just like to give him shit.
Yeah, yeah. And I
Somebody has
deserve it.
to.
I give lots of shit myself, so I can take it well. It's fun stuff. Look at me. I love it. So the Knuckle Saloon.
That's from some cartoon somewhere. I don't know which
Yeah,
one it
I
is.
know, and I want to place it, but yeah, I want to place it, but I can't. The Knuckle, we watched some good old big time midget
man.
wrestling. Dude,
What a random thing.
we
We're
saw
leaving,
it.
we're
It
done.
was funnier than shit. I was walking out with somebody
Yeah.
else. We just
They're
walked
like,
out the
"Hey,
side
midget
door
wrestling."
and walked right into midget wrestling.
Yeah.
We're like, this is awesome. So I got on
hilarious.
Group Me. Hurry up, pay your tabs. Get your ass out here. They got midget wrestling.
Remember Full
yeah.
Throttle at the 75th?
Yeah.
Same thing, but it was outdoors.
Yeah.
And in the dirt and hot.
Yeah.
It was like 100
Yeah.
degrees in the midget wrestling. Yeah, you just can't go to Sturgis without seeing some good old midget wrestling. That one guy was fucking drunk. That one midget with the belt. Did you
Yeah,
see
yeah.
him? Dude, he was pounding beers and then he got on the microphone. I have it on video because I was reviewing something. He's getting ready for his fight and he's just shitty. Just shitty.
Well, remember when the random white chick tries to throw the garbage can back
Oh,
in the
yeah,
rink,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they were like, "No,
No, she threw it back in the
yeah,
ring.
she tried. Well, it bounced
I have
off
that
the
on
top
video too.
rope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The drunk chick.
Yeah, and everybody's like, "No, you will not do that."
Yeah.
She got shut down pretty quick. It was hilarious. though.
Cowboy was cheering me on because I started filming from afar and stuff started getting wild. And then the one chick was whipping, not the midgets, but after the midgets, the one chick was whipping guys on the ass. And they
Yeah.
were getting,
Oh, right,
down
right,
on the,
right.
And
Yeah.
so I just started going down and walking with the camera and doing, yeah. So I started walking around with the camera, remember? And just getting up right close,
Dude.
like just filming. Like I got in front of the
Yeah.
guy, I went straight up front. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah. He was like, I got, fuck it, nobody's kicking me out. I'm going
Dude,
straight up
the-
and filming this shit, dude.
Well, and we found that out, and we found that out later that night. I mean, all of Sturgis, you have professional looking equipment,
And that's why we're going to get
and
press
you
passes
act
too.
like you're
Right.
doing what you're doing, which we would have.
Walk in like you own the place.
We would've had
We
press
would have. We
passes.
would have had the press passes to make it
Yeah.
official, but like
Yep.
we were getting all up in the biz.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Most people like it being on
I
film.
love it.
Yeah, I was getting right up there like I was part of the event.
Yeah, it was
I think most
cool.
people thought I was
They
hired by
just
the
thought
event
you were
to film
hired
it.
by them. Yeah.
Right?
I'm,
It was cool.
I'm learning as I go how to play shit off.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm with them.
Yeah.
I'm filming for them. They hired me.
don't mind me.
Yeah, it's for my documentary. But yeah. Anyways, let's move on. So the Knuckle was fun, and then we moved on to the main events, and we got
One-Eye Jack.
We got some
Stay
spanking.
tuned for the main.
Well, I like how you
events.
have Tanner above One Eye Jack, but it happened at One Eye Jack on your notes.
Yeah, Tanner. Okay, so you
That
want-
was at One Eye Jack's. Yeah.
okay. So where do you want me to move this?
Yeah, we're at One Eye Jack's.
Sorry.
We moved
Just
this thing
move it
from
up
the
one.
midget wrestling over at the Knuckle, and then we went over to One Eye Jack's.
Yep.
Yeah,
and that's
that
where we
place
kind of
was
finished out the
cool.
night.
Yeah.
So what we did, is
And that's
we-
where the body shots were
That's where
at
the
One Eye
body
Jack.
shots
Yeah,
were
right.
at.
Okay, I'm tracking what you're
So
saying.
at One Eye Jack's, you can pay the bartenders, and you can take a body shot off of them. Some are pretty good looking.
Good old Sturgis Jeff doesn't pick the right ones apparently.
The one Tanner did. Squirt got screwed.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice job, Sarge.
Yeah,
That'll likely be in the documentary.
yeah. Could have picked him a better one.
Squirt told me I could put anything in there on him.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to double check with everybody, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing, just a body shot. But
Right.
He didn't give me any holds bar. He goes, no, my wife knows. I already told her. It's no big
Right,
deal. So
right.
yeah.
Well, I don't
yeah.
think-
Yeah,
But yeah, if Sarge would have went one bar back, it would have been a whole different show.
Oh yeah.
been doing.
I got
body
that
shots
show.
off of dudes or what?
I got that show
No,
too.
I think Tanner probably would have bought his own, and then other people would have. Just the bartenders from the bar he took his body shot off of.
Yeah.
First one back.
What do you mean, better looking ones? I'm not sure. Yeah, they were better looking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
So
Anyway,
anyway,
you pulling something up here?
Oh, you guys go ahead. I am going to pull. I'm gonna
I
pull
was
something
looking
up.
at the
Anyway,
the
fun night.
the paddle getting broken. I was working into that.
Please do.
Oh.
Now,
Tell
I'm
your
trying-
story.
Well, how did that come about? And okay, hold on.
so
here,
we
first
saw
of all,
it because she was doing it to other dudes.
Wait, hold on.
She was doing it to
Yeah,
other
stand. that didn't explain
This
very
is
well.
fun. No, it does. It does. This is fun.
So
No,
what-
Tanner wasn't doing it.
Here's
to
what
other
he's
dudes.
talking about.
there are.
That's what you're talking about. That was a thumbnail I was going to possibly use. That's the ones that were in the back.
Yeah, they were hidden.
That wasn't the one Tanner
How come
got.
you got to blur that out?
Well, because it's on the tube, and I want to be careful about getting restricted
yeah,
commercials and stuff.
Yeah, distracted. So anyway,
Quick, take that off. Popeye can't focus.
Here, let's keep doing this. Expand it, minimize, expand, minimize.
so anyway,
Yeah.
there are dudes getting spanked by the bartender with a paddle. And are these people paying to do
Yes,
this?
you have to pay.
Did you pay for that? I didn't know we paid
shit.
for it. You got to pay to get spanked.
No.
She gave it
So
free 'cause we're
we
gonna
got
be in the
lucked out
documentary. You
because she
worked it.
wanted to be on the film,
You worked it
and that was her thing.
Nice.
She goes, "How do I get on the film?"
because she knew we were making a documentary.
Yeah, well, yeah, because
she
me,
saw all the
and you
cameras.
both had cameras out, and so she asked me and Squid or Squirt, how do I get on the film?
You spanked that
We
guy
said,
over
"You
there,
spank
Squirt.
him." And she said,
Spank that ass.
and she said, okay. So yeah, the other guys were paying for it. We
What
didn't.
did that
Okay.
cost?
Yeah.
What did that cost?
I don't know. We didn't pay for it.
I know you didn't. I
Ryan
thought
just
maybe
has
you
to
put
put her in the documentary.
So anyway, yeah, they got on there for
Hilarious.
free. This girl comes over, the bartender,
Yeah.
and it is like
Oh
a
my gosh,
full-on, like
she
a
is
cricket
not-
paddle.
Yes,
it's like a cricket
it's a
paddle.
cricket paddle.
Similar to the hack
100%.
boards I got in grade school.
And, yeah.
Seriously.
And so
Don't age yourself, Ryan.
this isn't like a little love tap.
No.
Like a
Oh
little,
my
you know,
gosh, dude.
She was acting
Oh.
for the film.
Oh, for sure. She was full swing.
absolutely. Yeah,
Full
this
swing.
It hurt me watching. And I watched the video again. It hurts me watching.
Didn't you put it in the pre?
I did.
Yes.
A little brief clip of it in the sneak
Yep.
peek to the
Go watch
documentary.
that. The
Yeah.
little
it's
sneak
not like
peek.
a little love tap
It's-
foreplay shit.
Oh, dude,
this
she
is a
winds up.
full on whacking the shit out of him. Full on enough. It breaks the freaking
Oh
paddle.
God! Why didn't we buy it, Ryan?
And Squirt tapped out, which
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
You see him in the video because I did it.
He
and
tried.
You can do it in slow motion. He turned like this, and
Yeah.
she finally stopped. He was like, turned like, okay, this game's over.
Yeah.
This
So it's
shit's
funny.
over.
So
well, and
it's funny.
she's not
ahead.
like a twig, but she's not like a she's not a heavy.
She played
gal.
some ball on her day.
Yeah, she like she was a fit chick, and so she was full swing. Like
She was.
that was
when I saw it,
impressive.
I've watched it. It's worse on video
Oh
than in
my
person.
gosh,
I was like,
I love it.
Jesus
I hope you got
Christ.
it in 120 so we
Oh,
can
I did.
slow it down.
I
Yes.
purposely switched to 120 for that, bro.
Yes.
Later that night, we're all
gonna be
sitting
so
at the
good.
house, and Squid. There's like 8, 10 of us sitting around the living room, and Squid comes and he's like, "Holy shit, you guys, you got to check this out." And pulls down his pants, and his fucking ass is black.
That's
and
Squirt,
blue.
not Squid.
Sorry, Squirt.
yeah.
Squirt's
Squid
ass
didn't
is
pull his ass
black and blue. Yeah, you can see he
Yeah,
got,
oh,
he
yeah.
got freaking hit, right?
Oh, man.
And then so it's funnier and shit is because Lurch is sitting there with us, and he's like, "I don't want to sound gay, but you guys come in here and look at freaking Squirt's ass." So calls everybody else.
You guys
in.
took pictures. I saw the
Oh
picture.
man,
It's horrid.
It was black and blue.
Yeah,
it was black
it was
and blue.
brutal. Dude, I can't believe he did it though.
Next
Like
few
he
days,
held
he was
it,
hurting.
man.
He was hurting for days after that.
He was. He toughed it out, but I know he was hurting. I was like, dude, that's the worst thing you can do when you're going to ride motorcycles 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like on your ass. It was painful. It will definitely make the documentary film.
Right. You gotta love having a new prospect.
You know what pisses me off? Yeah, totally. Especially when it's willing. Yeah. You know what sucks is it still burns me. She would have given us that paddle.
Yeah.
And I would have hung it here
Yep.
in the
So
law-abiding
pissed.
biker studio. It's nobody's
So
fault.
pissed.
I thought about it the next day. I'm like, dude, why did we not get that
We
paddle?
should've-
I would have hung that fucker. It would have been in a shadow box right here.
Dude, we should have.
You know what I mean?
And she
Yeah.
said it. She goes, "You broke my paddle."
I know.
And she came up.
I have video
Why
of
didn't we think it?
broken.
And then we
yeah.
saw some dude walking down the street with it later that night.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
One of the guy, I think it was the guys that went right before Squirt. They ended up. I saw him walking down the street, and they had a paddle.
Oh shit.
Damn it.
So if you're listening and that's you,
Send
let
it to
us
Law
know.
Abiding Biker
Yeah,
Media.
send it to us.
We'll send you a
free
nice
bottle of
gift.
we'll
whiskey.
give you a gift.
That's
Popeye's
number
sending you
10.
shit. Yeah.
Bottom shelf. All right. So let's
It
that
came
pretty
on
much
a shelf at one point.
Well, yeah, exactly.
We don't know.
We're at day 6. We're going to cruise through day 6 and we're going to wrap this thing up. We're going to do this here real quick.
Not there yet.
Hey, Bikeaholics, searching for new and exciting motorcycle products? Zero 3D has the products you dream about for your bike. Check out their wide variety of innovative products for the Harley-Davidson and Honda Goldwing motorcycles. Zero 3D's got your back with chrome, black parts, lighting, and other comfort products. No modifying, cutting, grinding, or welding for an easy installation. That equals less time installing, more time riding. Zero 3D has a design team of riders with over 40 years experience with a design for... What are you guys doing? They're taking selfies with a passion for design and innovation. Zero Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. They pride themselves on great customer service. Got a question? Get in touch with them. Sales at 03D.com. Give them a call, 715-808-0027. Check out your local Harley or Honda dealership and ask for Zero or Gold Strike parts. A new leader has emerged. So check out Zero 3D's custom line of Gold Strike products for the all-new Honda Goldwings. Better yet, help support us. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of Zero 3D
Good old
products.
syrup.
Had
Plug and
fun.
play system.
Yeah, buddy.
Looks so good on the street, Bob.
Day 6. We got back late from Sturgis, moving right into day 6, and we're just going to keep cruising here in the interest of time. So this was the patron meetup day. Met 1,100 hours. Kickstands up at noon. Met on the outskirts of Sturgis to keep this ride safe. I had planned custom designed a route through Sturgis, through the Black Hills on what I thought, and I was right, would be a less busy route, but yet beautiful. 58 miles, 1 hour, 45-minute ride time through the back roads, through the country. We got to, obviously the meet at the beginning was awesome with the patron members. We got to visit with them and all that kind of stuff. We had a good, large turnout. I can't remember exactly how many, maybe like 30, somewhere around there. Good turnout. And we got to go through Custer State Park, which part of the ride was through Custer, and we had a makeshift checkpoint.
Dude, that was crazy.
Yeah, so this is interesting. We'll talk about it quickly.
Yeah.
Because you can't get this on Google Maps when you're planning rides. And like, this isn't the entrance to Custer Park, but because we rode through part of it, and they're obviously gouging during Sturgis.
Oh, yeah,
We
big
know
time.
that. And they're big time gouging. And so the Park Service all of a sudden, with a truck and a cone, they put a cone out and they put a little paper sign in it, stop here. And they're all sitting in the shade by their truck off the side of the road. And you're like, the fuck is this? Yeah, $20 to enter.
$20 a bike.
I would have told everybody.
It was a bike.
Yeah, a bike. Yeah, no, that's what I
It's
mean.
We're on 2 wheels.
Yeah.
We're paying $20 a bike. It was I couldn't believe it.
And I didn't know if everybody
Crazy.
in the line,
I didn't have cash.
I would've-
Lurch had to
okay.
pay for me
I think that happened to quite a few
because
people.
I didn't have cash on me, and that's all they were taking. So Lurch hooked me up, but that's nuts.
Yeah, it was nuts. I'm not appreciative of that because I couldn't.
Wonder what they do if you just took off.
Yeah, probably nothing. Probably nothing. What are they going to do? Chase you in
you
their
down.
pickup and get their lawn, pack their lawn. But yeah, it's just that's dumb. And I felt bad because I couldn't prepare for that, and I couldn't tell
Yeah,
the
that
patron
was
members to
crazy.
make sure you bring $20. Anyways,
Yeah.
total. I guarantee as soon as the day Sturgis was over, they pulled those cone signs
yeah.
trucks and they
Sure.
went home. They made a fucking
And that
killing.
was the shittiest road
It was
we've
the-
ridden on.
I said
the
that. Yeah.
shittiest road we've ridden on, and it was that one that we paid $20 per bike.
However, next year, August, this is what I'll be doing.
Yeah.
Setting up my own little checkpoint.
Oh, yeah. No, He's already got his Park Service shirt.
Bring your Chevy over. Get a cone, just a single cone.
He's got his green Forest Service pants.
Just a brown shirt.
I just paid a mile down the road. Oh, no, it's a different checkpoint. Different part.
Different road, bro.
Brown shirt and green pants, and you got it.
I say to the Park Service, maybe you can take some of that money that you price gouge and fix the fucking roads.
No kidding.
I'll tell you that right now because they were shit. I don't know where that money's going, but you are not fixing potholes.
Yeah,
so.
those sucked.
We got saw some buffalo. I had rented
bison.
It was bison. Sorry,
Tatanka.
We have Tatanka. We have determined there Tatanka. We arrived at a park that I had rented. Had a catered event at Chautauqua Park. Chautauqua is how you say it in Hot Springs. Mm-hmm. And cool little park, private. Nobody else there. I had reserved it almost a year in advance because I wanted to make sure and have something for Sturgis. Caterers were a bit late. I wasn't that happy about that. I was worried kind of up to the day of Sturgis, but anyways, nice folks. The guys that came and catered were super humble and super nice, and it happened. And you know what? All in all, I don't want to get frustrated about how late it was. You know, the patrons made the best of it. I don't think they noticed that much, and somebody ran down to the Hot Springs store and bought beer and brought it back. That's just how we roll. And everybody had cold beverages while we waited for the food. And then it showed up with the ice chests. And it was 100 degrees. Humidity was high. We're right next to a hot springs on top of it. So I'm sure that has something to do with the humidity. But it was an awesome event. Then I'll let you guys pick up on any thoughts you have. Russell Roberts gave us a 15-year aged bottle of Knob Creek and cigars for the lab crew. Russell Roberts, been a long-time patron member, been at like every meetup, I think.
Every meetup but one.
Every meetup but one.
And I've only missed one summer trip, and that was in Colorado.
Yep. That's right.
You missed it. It's the only one.
That's right. Just
Snowman.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. There, Snowman. Professional truck driver, great guy from Tennessee.
He's actually made me swear that every time I bring him up on podcasts that I'll...
Right, I'm sure he did that because every time you say it like there, he goes, "Fuck you, Popeye." that's the response you get. So very humbling. What a bunch of great people coming from all over the U.S. to meet us, to ride with us, to hang with us. What a wonderful time, just chilling. It's one of my favorite things about these trips is it's one of those days that's just always an eye opener for me, and to get to talk to you guys. A lot of you have been to other events. I got to meet you. I got to meet some of you that were new for me meeting you in person. What do you guys, anything follow up on that? We got a group picture. It was just an amazing event.
Yeah, it was just cool. It was a cool spot. I think you picked a nice spot, minus the caterer showing up late and kind of, that was kind of a bust because last year was really cool. We showed up and kind of just rolled right into it.
Snap.
Yeah. And we kind of had that delay this time, but once it got rolling, I mean, I think we've talked about it. I think we talked about it last year, and then this year is a lot of the patrons, this is their vacation. They're bringing their wives with them. This is I'm going away for a week. And so they don't care how long it takes. They're soaking up every minute.
They plan the day anyways.
That's their day. And so that was kind of fun. I mean, we hung out, and it was really cool.
Yep. Gave us a little extra time with them. Yeah. All right. Rolled out from there.
That was great meeting. Great meeting the new our patrons that I haven't met before and whatnot, and very cool. Some of these guys ride from far away to come to these events, just come meet us, and pretty awesome. Chuck is at Wilburn. He rode out from North Dakota. I think North Dakota. He rode out from North Dakota to meet us.
He came to Oregon too. Patron
that's what I was going to say. Yeah, to Oregon, to the West Coast meetup to meet us, and then he'd come to this meetup as well. So Mark Arnold, the machine
from Canada,
he has got his.
He couldn't get across the border.
He couldn't get
because of COVID.
Some bitch shut down.
Canadians got that shit closed down for the COVID.
But I'll tell you what, he's gonna have his. US, he's got his money cut out for him here because Chuck, the Highwayman, I think we might have to nickname him. That dude puts the miles on right now. If he's out there, if he was listening earlier, he's running across the South right now. He's running like down.
He just did a rebuild on his motor in the Facebook group. I'm almost positive.
I don't. Nope. He didn't. No, he didn't.
He didn't. Okay.
Nope, he has rear tire changed at 13,500 miles. He was down in He's coming through the South right now. I just saw on the Facebook page. He's down around like Alabama, coming up through Tennessee, and then coming back up. He's got over 215,000 miles just of Sturgis on that bike.
Yeah.
And hasn't really done jack shit to it.
Isn't that funny?
crazy.
And then you have a bike like Squids who's 40,000 and goes tits
Just
up.
goes out.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Good for him, man. He is a rider.
Yeah, he rides.
Fun
He puts
guy.
miles on. Yeah, nice guy.
Well, we were talking about that at Sturgis. I mean, Harley's going out of business, and all we saw was Harley.
No, I know.
I mean,
I know.
hundreds of, just so many bikes.
It's true.
And we're like,
but the best of companies have went under because
Yeah.
they're mismanaged. You know what I mean?
Right. No,
Yeah.
no.
Right,
So
yeah,
I get that. Yeah. But it's like, well, if you're going to get the duds when you're mass producing
I see what you're
that
saying,
many
yeah.
bikes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just Harley after Harley after Harley after Harley after Harley. I mean, they were everywhere.
Yeah.
Except for Squirt and Indian Joe.
Right.
But other than that, it
Well,
was
Squirt had a
most
Harley.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Traitor. Anyway.
All right.
So yeah, patron day, good day.
Yep. Good day.
Good time.
It was awesome.
What happened that night though?
Yeah. Talk about that. Wrap that up because there's not a lot to talk about because I'm not that
was
impressed
very
with the new full
disappointed.
throttle. We went to the full throttle,
Very
which moved
disappointed.
locations. So me and Popeye
Way out in the middle and
got to see the real full throttle.
Oh, yeah.
At the 75th. And then that fall it burnt down. I'm so thankful to this day that I got to see the real full throttle because it can't be compared to anything. And the new one is at a different place. That's why we were driving. I'm like,
Way
I
out in
looked
the middle
where
of
it used to be
bumfuck
when we drove
nowhere.
by. I'm like, for fuck's sakes.
Totally gone.
I
Why
totally
not build in the
I-
same spot?
But I second guessed myself because I was like, I'm pretty fucking sure it was right there. I didn't realize. I knew they had built a new one. I didn't realize they had moved the location too.
I knew they moved it out of town. So, and just kind of.
It's kind of shitty that they
the
did
original
that.
was already
so just
out of
to add
town.
on what you're saying, like of the old one, you don't want to talk about somebody who just built something from the ground up, from bootstraps, right? Of just, you could just tell that, hey, let's build this over here. Hey, let's build this over here, and shit would just keep getting added on.
It's like the house with the additions, and you're like,
Right.
oh, that was added on. Oh, and then we added that on. And then we, you
But
know,
that's what made it so fucking cool,
yeah.
right?
Spirit.
So the new one,
soul.
you go out there and very much commercialized. You can tell.
Oh, yeah,
You know, it's
for
just
sure.
way different, and I get it because it's a new building or whatever. But
you
I
can't
get it.
rebuild what you build over 20
Right.
years. Not going to happen.
So it was cool. Just different. I would not ride out there again to see it. Cool to see. Cool bars, I guess, but that far out. I
Unless
wouldn't-
there's a badass concert or a good
Right.
game.
right.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't ride out there just to go to the full throttle.
No,
It was
I wasn't
busy.
as impressed as
You know, I'll tell you what though. So yeah, leading the group out there, right? I'm like, holy
I was like,
shit,
are you
how-
sure
yeah,
this
I'm
is
like,
where
how
the new
far
one is?
out
That's
there
what's
is this
dumb.
thing? But what was funny is when we came back, it didn't feel nearly as far.
It
true.
didn't- Yeah.
It felt much quicker coming back on
Right.
the way out. And the other thing was, I know not bullshit is like getting out there. I'm going, God, how many of these bikers going the other direction are shit faced?
Oh my God. I know.
Because some of them were absolutely screaming
I
going by,
know.
right?
Yeah.
And it's a narrow lane. A lot of them hugging the inner shoulder and stuff, or
Right.
the inner lane. And I'm like, God, all it's going to take is one of these guys to come across a freaking
center line.
center line. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're done for. But yeah, I figured a lot of them leaving out there, a little tipsy coming out of
Yeah,
that place.
I wasn't impressed.
Yeah.
No.
Wasn't what I thought it'd be.
Yeah.
Like you said, I'd go out there and watch a concert. But
Yep. If
just
you've
to
never
go out
seen
there
it,
to
go.
drink beer, I wouldn't go out there to drink beer.
Put it on your bucket list.
No, there's
Go
something
out.
better, cooler,
See it.
closer. You know,
They tried hard. I mean, it's cool. It's new and commercial.
Yeah.
It's not like they didn't put effort into
Right.
it. I mean, there's lots of stuff to look at. They brought some of the old stuff like the train trestles, but you don't got Russian chicks doing stunts on tight wires. But remember all
Right.
that?
Yeah.
And you don't have people
Yeah.
zip lining over you. That was what brought the old one because it was dangerous as shit on top of it.
yeah.
And there's just,
I remember looking at
OSHA
that.
people
hated
zip
all
tying
of
over
it.
you and then,
Yeah.
and then some dirt bike with a 2-stroke dirt bike above you, like 50
Yeah.
feet in the air going, yeah, and Russian chicks upside down riding motorcycles. It was crazy.
It was. I remember
Midget
going, where
wrestling
in the hell
under
is
them on
OSHA
top of
at?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Where is
OSHA?
There was no
does
safety.
not approve.
Yeah, no.
Like,
And
there's no safety.
no.
It's
And
great.
It was. It was great. It was great. It's
amazing.
It's America. That's
do
the real
whatever I want.
America.
Do whatever you want. Yeah. Awesome.
It was. So I miss it. But I'm glad I saw the new one, but I really can't brag about it too much. So
no.
all right, let's pick it up right with day 7, and we'll round this thing out. We're day 9's not a lot, and we're winding it down here, guys. So
Nice.
yep, Mount Rushmore day.
Mount Rushmore and Crazy Horse.
Oh
Jeez,
geez.
lost my notes.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Dropping
what
shit.
am I gonna do?
So Mount Rushmore day. Now Popeye and them didn't go because they had went on Hangover day. That's when they went.
Day 6, in case you were wondering.
In case you were wondering.
Day 6?
Rewinding
Day
it.
6 is the hangover day.
What day?
Day six.
Day, oh, day six.
Day 6. If you guys obviously, I know a lot of you listening have been to Rushmore. That is a must do.
Hey, it was cool.
Yeah.
You know?
If you don't go to Badlands, that's fine. Whatever. I would go. But if you do one thing, you've got to hit the famous Mount
For sure.
Rushmore.
For sure.
And
America.
yeah, before it gets defaced and torn
Yeah.
down. And it's
Not by that governor.
Not going to happen. No, she's
governor.
spot on.
No,
She
yeah.
friends with Trump.
And she's hot.
She's
hot.
She got South Dakota on lockdown.
So
a
I
lot
was-
of fun conversations, though.
I was
happened at
watching-
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I was watching her the other day, and she was like, "Man," she goes, "As people are tearing down statues and shit around this country," she said, on their Capitol building, she says there are pillar or corners on there, whatever the pillars are, and she goes, they were built specifically to hold a statue, a monument of some sort. She goes, they were just never put on. She goes, with all these freaking statues being torn down shit nowadays, she goes, we're going to put them up.
Nice.
Nice.
And so
That's
they're
cool.
going to be, and it's all by private donation.
Nice.
So they're taking private donations to put up, and I think it's, she said the four corners of it are going to be the four who are on Mount Rushmore. They're going to put them on the
Nice.
corners of the Capitol. I'm like, that's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah,
That was cool.
Mount Rushmore was cool, and then right after that we went. Of course, if you know Crazy Horse Guys, that's worth seeing, but it's still being built. It's all private donation still, so it's not quite. It was it's just there. Someday it'll be cool,
It's a thing that's there that you'll want to go do
right?
eventually.
It doesn't sound like Callaway was all that impressed.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was all
You're not
right.
going to be finished for 100 years.
I know,
I
but the
was
first
I was
part,
ready for
the ride there was
lunch.
good. Yeah, I was ready for lunch too.
I was ready for lunch.
So it was a much cooler day, 80 to 85 degrees, which felt good. Felt so nice compared to the
not be
100
cool.
plus
Yeah.
that we have been dealing with. So this is the day that we also found out as we got back in town that Tanner decided not to get a Harley. He's hanging out with Indian John too much.
Sissy.
And drinking firewater with Indian John. And I don't know, dude. They did it.
Hey, cuz, it sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
Wow.
go get an
Wow, I
Indian
don't-
motorcycle.
They smoked some peyote.
You might have to cut that out of this podcast. We're going to get cut from all
no.
social media platforms.
Oh no, we've done this for years
Oh, yeah.
because Indian John's been on here when we do it, and he does it with us.
Exactly.
We've actually done it a lot. Yeah, yeah.
I just want to point out he traded in his 2014 Street Bob,
Mm-hmm.
which is exactly what I'm still riding
for
this
now.
day.
Yeah, until
Well,
you
That's
trade it
ending
in.
soon.
Well, it's going to change eventually, but this is the first long trip
This year.
that hopefully this is the first long trip Squirt's done on his 14. He didn't even make it through the trip.
That's right. That's
Before
true.
trading it into his bagger.
Just because you're being
So
stubborn.
I've done 2 big trips on the Bob.
He is being
stubborn.
And
stubborn.
I tell people this second trip was just because Ryan last trip told me 1 year.
1 year. You'll be the first guy that made it
2
over a year in
years,
our club
baby.
without getting a touring
You're
bike.
welcome, everybody.
That's good.
Yep.
Purely stubborn bet.
Oh no, for sure.
We always say that guys in our club, they make it less than a year on a non-touring bike because they
for
find out we
Cowboy.
actually ride. We don't just go stand around at the local Harley dealerships for hoggins and dogs. We actually lay down miles, long days, hard days, hot days, wind days.
And to clarify,
I'm proud
I
of you.
have done the long days, the wind days,
You
the
have.
cold days.
I know.
Why do you want
on
a
the
touring?
Bob.
Why do you want a touring bike?
Because those days suck on the Bob. But I've done it twice.
Oh, dude, money. Well done. So
Oh,
Tanner
Squirt.
did.
So Squirt
They
getting a
smoked
new
the
bike.
peyote.
Yeah.
They did some soul searching, and Indian John, somewhere in the midst of being in the spirit world, talked him into buying an Indian Challenger, dude. We're in the name that movie.
Young Guns.
We're in the spirit world, asshole.
Did
Where
you
are we?
see
Spread
the
some
size of that
sage around
chicken?
the area.
See the size of that cock-a-doodle, goddamn it, dude. I love that movie. Seen it like 20 times, dude.
Oh man.
Grew up with that movie.
Spreading some sage around that area. They got it.
So he
figured
traded
it
his
out.
14 Street Bob
Yeah.
for the old new 2020 Indian Challenger. It's a beautiful bike. With that said, real quick, Lurch is in touch with Tanner with Squirt because
Squirt.
he wants to put bars on it and some other stuff. And we're going to film it all right here. It's going to go on the YouTube channel. We're trying to get some more Indian stuff in for you guys. So if you're an Indian rider and you're looking for some of those videos, those will be coming up
soon.
I don't know where Lurch is
Stay
at with that,
tuned.
but I told him don't let Tanner take that fucker to a shop
Swear
or
to
anything like
God,
that.
Tanner.
He's going to spend way too much money. We want some Indian stuff. We can do it all for him for free. So I told him, get on Tanner, get on Squirt, go. Long Horse Steakhouse.
Not too long though. Just
for lunch and dinner. Rapid City, just a chain restaurant, but I think everybody was kind of just tired from the past days.
Yeah.
And we weren't looking to go anywhere busy, and it was nice and quiet. The food was fine, service.
Yeah.
We got to just visit, and it was the quietest place we'd been in a long time. It actually felt good.
For sure, yeah.
It was kind of
super nice, yeah.
Just to be like not around people and just our group. So yeah, back to Sturgis. Some of us went for a while. The last evening we'd been there.
Got talked into that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I know.
You're welcome.
Going like,
You're welcome.
I'm going back.
You weren't going to go. And that's the nice thing about getting a place outside of Sturgis is like Rapid City, which we've experienced, is just not having, I couldn't, like Sturgis, Jeff and them, it's cool. They have a house. I wouldn't want to be in Sturgis the whole time.
No.
It's
I
too
like
much
going
for
to
me.
Rapid City and having to come
The
back
ride's
for
half
a
the
couple.
fun.
Yeah.
The ride there and the ride back is half the fun. You know, you wind down after the day and you ride 30 minutes back in the cool breeze to Rapid City.
Well, and I was surprised. I mean, day 7, so was it?
We're on day 8 now, but
Well, right.
That was
but
the end of
that
day
night,
7, yeah.
Yeah. We, the Sturgis was still technically going on one more day. But when we
lot of
went to
people were
Iron
fast.
Horse, it was no one was there. And then you asked them for something, they're like, yeah, we're all out of that. And there was still technically a day left. So it was dead.
That's the
by
way it
even
always
that
is, though.
day. It was crazy.
most people leave about the 3 days before Sturgis
Yeah.
ends. It builds up.
Because it's
and-
like a week before it starts. I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah, because it was going the weekend before we got there, right? Because we got there on Monday.
Yeah, we got there like midweek or something.
Correct, we
so
got
it
there
already
like
going.
midweek.
But even
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
like I said,
And they had already
Sturgis
been
kinda
going
starts. There's
for
people
like
there
4
partying
days,
a week
yeah.
before
Right.
the actual rally starts. But at the end of it, people are like, we're fucking done.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're closing shop.
They
We're
want to
tired of
get
this.
home.
Yeah.
And Sturgis vendors know that.
Yeah, and
so,
most of the vendors there, most of the bartenders there are from the out of the area. They're not from Sturgis.
Closing
They
up
want to go
and-
home.
yeah.
They've been away from home for a couple weeks.
Yep. Very
Makes
true.
sense.
So
Something to think about if you're
Yeah.
planning on going.
if you
Towards
want
the end,
the best
it's
part,
not good.
well, it's not good as far as some of the
Well,
stuff, but it's
yeah.
good for like less people.
Right.
So I guess that's what you're looking for. If you want to ride around Sturgis,
Riding
those are the
would probably
days.
be better.
Go a month
Yeah,
later.
for sure.
Go a month later. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't go
Show
during
up later.
Sturgis if you
Yeah.
really want to ride around Sturgis. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll into day 8 and we'll wind it down so you guys can get back north.
The
Day
Iron
8,
Butt.
Rapid City to Butte,
Iron
Montana for
Butt.
all
The
of us.
Iron Butt, old Oscar
So
and Indian John.
We put just over 600 miles on that day, over 8 hours and over 95-degree weather. So it was a hot one that day. Oscar and Indian John decided they were going to iron butt at home.
Gone.
Squid was going to do it with him.
He thought
and that
about
was
it.
pretty funny because we're like, you're an idiot. Why are you doing that? That's
Yeah.
stupid. You're an idiot. And so after we'd been in like 3, 4, 5 beers, he's like,
we talked him out of
yeah,
it.
he goes, fuck this.
The night before.
Yeah,
by
the
the
night,
way, yes.
yeah, the night before. The night before. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
This was
yeah,
done
the
by
night-
5 a.m.
Yeah, the night before,
figured it
we're
out.
3 or 4 beers in or something like that, and he ends up going. He hadn't even had anything to drink because he wanted to get up early. He finally goes, it's like, fuck this, I'm not going. Want a beer? Yep. So he sat around with us and was much more happy that he did not do the iron butt home. But anyway, Oscar and Indian John iron butted at home. 1,050 miles in 15 hours it took them.
Nice job, Oscar.
And when I asked
Indian John,
Oscar
good job.
what it was like and if he'd ever do it again, he said, probably not.
Yeah.
At least he was honest.
Right.
He's
Yeah,
like, nope, I did it and it was not fun. And I'm glad I did it and I can say I did it, but I'm not doing it again.
Yeah.
Right.
Ugh, sounds miserable to me. There's no reason to do that for me. But yeah. So the rest of us, we really gutted the house, cleaned up the house, got ready, all that. Kickstands up at 8. It was an early. We had a long day. We met Jeff and Janet near Sturgis because we had to head west anyways. And so from Rapid City to Sturgis, we picked them up along the way. Laying down the miles, hot day 95 along the way. We stopped in Billings.
Dude,
and
that place was cool.
That was a good spot.
I didn't want to eat at the same brewery that we ate dinner at on the way down.
No, the Uber Brew is cool.
So I looked up
For
the
the
Uber
name.
Brew.
Pretty hot waitress too.
yeah. For the name, it was cool.
It was. And
the
I
name.
picked that on the fly because I actually had on the plans to eat at
Right.
but we
At
picked
the
out
Montana
the
Brewing
night.
Company,
Yeah,
we'd already eaten there.
We'd already eaten there for dinner because we
Yeah.
never planned dinners. We only planned lunches. So yeah.
No, it was cool.
It was a really cool
Nice
place.
brewery.
Great beer. Yeah.
Nice brewery.
Yeah. Chick there was like fit, dude.
Bodybuilder.
Holy shit.
Yeah, of
Remember
course,
that
Squid
shit?
asked her. Yeah, no, Squid asked her.
Squid can do that though.
Well, that's what we said.
Right, if I did that, I get slapped.
Yeah, she comes over and he finally goes, "Hey, I just have to ask.
Your cheeks look
Is it
really tight and
CrossFit?"
muscular.
Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you doing, you weirdo?
Yeah, he goes, "Is it CrossFit?
But he can do that. Nobody thinks it's,
Do you
know
do
what I'm saying?
CrossFit?" And she goes, "No, I've been, bodybuilding the last couple months. I used to." And she walks away. Then me and Sarge and Janet, we go, "You're the only one that can get away with asking
And
that."
she's not offended.
And it's not, no one's going to be offended by it.
Correct.
Nice job, Squid. You killed it, buddy.
He's got to get.
But we were all wondering, so thank you for asking.
Yeah, right.
But yeah.
So
she was cool.
On a
Super
side
nice.
note here,
Slapped her on the ass on the way over. Goes, that's tight.
Tanner's texting in the middle of a podcast.
Exactly.
This is bad.
Yeah, how'd you know that?
Because I could see. Never mind.
So on a
Just
side note here, I've got Squirt texted me, and he says we were talking about the bars, and he goes, "All stories involving Squirt are false."
yes, put that disclaimer in the podcast.
And he's not even listening to this one. Oh shit.
Yeah, he has that's what you should tell him is, well,
I will,
you
as
see
I'm-
number 2.
As I'm editing the documentary, I'm just going to double check with everybody what's allowed and what's not. So, not that anything terrible happened.
Well,
just
no.
but
That's
he
funny,
told me, he
though.
goes, no, she already knows I got whipped with a paddle and I did a body shot. She don't care. Yeah, all right,
Well, I
cool.
know. Yeah, his fiance, she was like, that's badass.
That would be my
It's
wife.
like,
My wife would just be like, "You're such an idiot."
Yeah.
She doesn't care.
I hope
She-
you didn't spend your own money.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
basically what comes
My wife
out.
would be
Yeah,
like, "You,
yeah.
why would you get spanked with that?" I don't know. She just understands.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
you're with the
sounds like
guys.
it
You're
hurts,
right.
yeah.
She just thinks she thinks we're stupid and funny. But we've been married 24 years, so she's just like, yeah, whatever.
Anyway,
Sounds good.
Uber
Anyways,
Brew was
have you
good.
mowed the lawn yet?
Yeah,
Right.
get out there.
Sounds good, honey. Go mow the lawn. No, but yeah, Uber
just
Brew.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, Uber Brew. Then we take off from Uber Brew, heading
Yep.
towards. We're heading. Where the hell did we stay that night?
Butte, Montana.
Montana.
Butte,
That's right.
Montana.
But-
We stayed in
Montana.
Butte. Love Butte. We didn't get to go
Butte.
into downtown. We got in late this time, and after dinner and a couple drinks and shit. And
I droned down there, but
and
yeah.
no Ubers.
Yeah,
that
the
was the
next
other
morning,
problem.
right?
No Ubers to go downtown.
Yeah, there was nothing
Couldn't
going
get
on.
down there.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That was the shittiest place we ate all trip.
Yeah, bro.
You
Yeah.
said that one place was the best. Well, this was the shittiest.
Yep. That's true. And it was recommended. By the
I
freaking,
Yeah,
you
by
can't
the
trust.
front
Yeah, because
desk.
you know why? Because it's probably her fucking parents that
Yeah.
run the place.
Get a
Yeah,
kickback
That's what
of some
happens in
sort.
small
Yeah,
towns,
yeah.
bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah.
So
Old Bertha and Bob run it.
just before getting into Butte, what had happened? We freaking run into Cowboys.
Nothing.
Front axle clamp is gone.
It's all good. Perfect.
Gone.
It's right on.
Gone.
Next.
And we didn't know when we lost it. When it
No,
happened.
that was pretty.
However,
So we pulled
We
over a
finished-
service station, and
Yeah.
we're a little worried about this little debacle.
Well, yeah, when we pulled over for gas, and then I had a weird moment on the road, and so that's why I started looking at my bike. Went to the bathroom.
well,
whatever.
maybe that's where that wobble started you were talking about today.
No,
That
this,
should
this
not make it
wobble.
wobble.
No, this wobble was way worse.
He's
Yeah,
talking about this wobble. Remember, he started wobbling then.
Oh,
that
yeah.
wasn't
That's what
a
I'm saying, 'cause
wobble.
he
That
saying he
was
getting a little
True.
shake.
yeah, that wasn't a wobble though. That
I'm
was
tracking.
Anyway, so I started looking at the front end because something happened, and
Always look at the front end first.
yeah,
Check it out.
And the back.
gotta-
Inspect it. You
Yeah,
don't. You
check
start
her.
at the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check the front and then check
but
back.
noticed, yeah, my clamp was missing. And, jeez, thank you, Ryan. Noticed the clamp was missing. Now the real question is, when did it go missing?
Now,
Because
if you got-
we're almost what? We're probably over 2,000 miles into this.
Oh, yeah.
We're 2,500 miles.
Yeah.
And for
into
the
this trip.
audience, real quick, the clamp we're talking about is on his front wheel. It's on the right side of your bike. It's the half clamp that comes off and it goes around your axle. It's really a safety mechanism. So if the nut comes off the left side, your axle is still going to stay in. So it's a half clamp. If you look at all bikes have it.
safety.
Otherwise, your front tire just goes flying off.
If
You
both
know,
of those
80 miles an
fail,
hour. Yeah.
then you're
not
fucked.
a big deal.
You're fucked.
no big deal.
If both of those fail, that's why they have two safety systems.
Remember what I told you before we took off from the gas station?
No,
Make sure your chin strap's on tight.
sounds about right. Yeah. So that was interesting.
Yeah, and then
Because we've been riding hard. I mean, we
yeah.
don't ride easy.
And none of
So-
us saw it flying or heard metal dinging
Right.
down the
yeah.
highway.
And I'm usually not in the back of the group.
And you had your front tire changed, a brand new tire put on right
Brand
before.
new, right before
So
I
we
left,
started putting
yeah.
two to two together.
Yeah.
And the shady reputation that the dealership has where he got this done. I told him right away, I
Yeah,
know this
Ryan
dealership.
did. He called it.
I have story after story of that
He called
dealership. And I'm like, yep, I already know what happened there. They simply didn't put it on.
Right.
And so ultimately in your investigation.
So we got
what
back
did you
to the
find out?
well. So I kind of, rode gentle back to we finally got to Butte, Montana, and then in the hotel, Popeye and Squirt actually came up with a good idea because I had been filming for a video that I'm doing on YouTube. So I kind of filmed the bike leaving the garage and stuff like that. And so they said, hey, check your footage, see if you can see it. You're going to have something to see if it left, if you left the trip with it or without it. And so while Popeye was taking his 5-hour shower, I decided to look at the video. And yeah, I'm pulling out of the garage the day one and there's no clamp.
Yep.
It's just gone. And I hadn't really ridden it except for when I rode it to get the tire change. So yeah, put one and two together.
And you dealt with the dealership, and
So I called them back.
gladly fixed it for you. Did they find your original
did.
clamp?
I didn't ask.
Or they
They
wouldn't
didn't
admit-
tell me.
Oh,
So,
you're nice. I would have been,
I didn't
Right.
push. I
dude,
was
because I already know that dealership.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I was
God.
expecting a fight, but I called them. I said, hey, look, you guys changed my tire. I'm missing this clamp. How are we going to fix it?
Right.
And they're like, well, just bring it by. We'll fix it.
You know what they're thinking?
And I go, well, I don't live close.
he's not dead.
Yeah.
Fix that shit.
Yeah. No,
we didn't kill the guy.
100%, Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I told them, I go, I don't live close. This isn't a me drop it off. The
Right.
dealership's 2 hours plus away. It's like, I can't do that. And they go, okay, well, we'll come pick it up. So they drove down, picked it up, put it on a trailer, drove it back.
They were trying to make you happy.
Yeah. So
And they should. That's a critical component.
So I got it
That's not
back.
like missing a
Yeah.
little. That's a
Right.
critical
Yeah, it's a
safety
critical thing.
backup
Yeah,
front
yeah.
wheel component. You
yeah,
die.
so it took about a week
Yeah.
to get the bike down there for them to get the part, and then they shipped it back to me. So
so
I
they
never
did
had
have to get the
leave
part.
town.
They completely lost
No,
it.
they said, they go, well, we don't have it in stock, so
Right.
we have to order it. And I'm like, okay, order it. So we got it. They figured it out.
That's from
From
Squirt. Squirt.
I plead the. Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's wind it down.
Let's keep going.
So no, we're good.
Anyway, so that worked out.
Yep. So we stayed at Butte
Finally.
that night. We just ate dinner. Really, we went back, but we did end up in me and Lurch's hotel room, and we capped off a bottle of whiskey. Most of us, not a
kinda
huge bottle.
cool, low-key
Whatever
night.
whiskey we had
Yeah.
left, we all
Cool,
brought our
low-key
whiskey
night.
out. I brought mine out. Some other people. We had some
Sturgis
ice.
brought over a fifth.
Yep,
Yeah,
Sturgis
he
did.
Got a little crazy.
He'd had a whole fifth.
He did. And we visited and just winded down on the trip because we knew the next day it was over, which is always kind of depressing. But day 9, Butte, Montana to home, 516 miles, 7 hours, 40 minutes saddle time via I-90. Throttle the fuck down is all that's about. Very cool morning to start. It felt absolutely good. It was actually a beautiful morning. Heated up quick as we got to Idaho, 100 plus degrees. Here's
Yeah,
a place
I got picked up quick.
Yeah, here's a place I suggest you guys stop. I take my family there boating each year. We rent a place. It's beautiful. It's really biker friendly. They have a main street, but it's Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Beautiful there.
Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Coeur
Coeur d'Alene.
If you Google it, it's Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. It's a weird spelling, but it's Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Beautiful lake, beautiful resorts, tons of restaurants. You got to stop at Crafted
Cool
Tap
place.
House and
Cool
Kitchen.
place.
Took my family there earlier this summer, and I was like, yep, when we come back through here from Sturgis, the guys are stopping here. 62 taps, great food. Wasn't too busy. It was a hot day, and it felt good. From there, west on I-90, Tri-Cities, you guys broke off. The Tri-Cities guys to head 395 south. And then where'd you guys break? I'm trying to think.
We left early that
Well,
morning.
we left early.
Oh, that's right.
We
You-
left you guys
that's
because
right.
you were flying drones.
Cold as shit.
That's right. You
Super
guys did
cold.
leave early.
Yeah.
So I had to get up early and get
Like
some drone
mid
shots.
40s when we
Yeah, it was
left.
super cold.
Felt
in the
good though,
morning.
huh? Kind of.
No.
No, it didn't. Okay. How early did you guys leave? Just like an hour before
Yeah,
us.
yeah. You were out flying, I think, when we decided to just bow
That's
bow
right.
out. So
That's right.
it was, you, me, and Sarge, right?
Yeah.
That's right. So our Wenatchee guys headed out, and
Because
then
then
We had an extra
Squirt went
150
somewhere
miles.
else because he was going to stay at a friend's that night.
that's right.
So he
Family.
bowed out.
Yeah, family there in like Missoula or something.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
that's right.
Missoula area. Yeah. Yeah. So everybody kind of split up, and 106 degrees going through Spokane, guys, when we went through. Looking at the thermometer, it was backed up traffic. It was just hot.
Miserable.
It was 106 hot all the way back to Yakima
Super hot.
that night, and we were done. In fact, me and Lurch stopped in Moses Lake, which is weird. You'll to hear this story. Me and Lurch stopped in Moses Lake and to get gas, and I'm like, and I think it's the first time in our entire relationship that he said no. I go, dude, it's hot and I'm in no hurry to get home. You want to go up here to, I know a place, grab a real quick draft beer and then head home. He's like, nope, let's just head home. I'm going to call it on this one. I'm like,
Wow.
I about had a fucking heart attack.
Wow. Nice job,
About
Lurch.
had a heart attack, dude. But yeah, I guess he was spent, dude.
He was
Tired of
done.
the heat, huh?
When you can't feed Lurch beer,
Yeah.
I even buying, he done. He done, dude. He tapping out.
Dunsky.
Well, I'll tell you what, yeah, coming home from this, I had 108 on my bike is what I was showing. So somewhere in that range.
Right.
But I got home and I was supposed to leave the next morning to go fishing for another week. And my buddy who was supposed to go with me had to back out. So anyway, just been me and the kids. I decided, I'm like, yeah, well, screw it, a lot more work and shit. But so I ended up not going. Anyway, the moral of the story is I was so freaking beat after coming back from this trip and the heat and shit. I freaking slept for 2 days. My wife was like, holy shit. She's like, you slept forever, because I got home that night, slept, woke up, just kind of lounged around the house. Next day, slept for fucking ever.
It takes a
Being
couple,
out in the
yeah.
heat. I mean, we're out in the heat a lot of these days. Doing
Hangovers,
this stuff.
right.
Long days, short nights, just
Sleeping
beats
on
you up.
air mattress is thick.
Yep.
Eating like shit,
Yeah.
drinking like shit.
Right.
Just
Getting
takes a
4
toll.
hours of sleep a night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's true.
It was a long one.
I'm like in a legal coma that first night.
Yeah.
Once I have a few beers when I get home, I unpack some stuff, and then I sleep for like 12 hours.
Yeah, just
seriously,
out.
I'm done.
Just out. Don't
My
bug
wife
me.
knows.
Yeah, don't
fans
bug me. I'm
on,
out.
blackout shades, doors shut, kids shut up, and I just you wake up, you're like,
What
all
just
right.
happened? What just happened?
What day is
I blacked
I'm
out.
seriously.
Yeah.
You're just
I
like
blacked
groggy.
out.
You're like, what the fuck? Now, when do I go back to work?
Right.
Yeah,
You're like,
that's
shit,
the
you,
biggest
you
thing
start looking at
is,
the schedule.
yeah.
You're like,
Did I miss work?
Yeah.
my God, I honestly didn't think about my Leo job once at Sturgis, which is just amazing. You know, it's a good
Yeah.
vacation when you don't fucking think once about your.
That's the biggest thing when you come back, though. Then it's like, shit, when do I go back?
Yeah.
Okay, how many? How many?
And then the
hours
first
is
week
that?
at work, you're just thinking, God, I wish I was back on the trip with the guys. Seriously, you know what I mean? You're
absolutely.
like, how can I figure out a way to just do this for a living?
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
ride.
you're figuring it out, right?
My
I'm
wife
trying.
needs to get a
Buddy.
better job.
on that bombshell. Part 2 of 2. Thanks, guys, for hanging with us. These guys are going to bomb back north. I appreciate them coming down. And, of course, our bikes were trashed, totaled, looked like an autopsy on the front of my bike. How did we clean it? That's right, Bike Bright Spray Motorcycle
Ooh, that
Cleaner.
bike bright.
Motorcycle Cleaner Degreaser. It's our wet wash solution in between all of our dry wash solutions, which is Bug Slide, guys. Sometimes you just got to hit it with a wet wash, like after
Ooh,
Sturgis.
Get that wet wash.
You got to get it wet.
wet
Absolutely the best wet wash motorcycle cleaner on the market. Tried and tested right here, guys. Bike Bright. Tried, by the Law-Abiding Biker Crew. Our number one go-to wet wash motorcycle cleaner. It's super foam, triple action formula.
Love that triple action.
It gets in all those cracks and crevices, cowboy. You know how we don't like dirty cracks and crevices. We like them clean.
all clean.
Easy
Sparkly.
as pie to follow up on that. Spray it on. Let it soak and rinse it off, Bikeaholics. Popeye knows, makes it easy.
Oh, yeah.
Makes it a lot easier cleaning.
Which
Then get out
means-
there and do some more riding, Bikeaholics. Good job, guys. Good job.
Thanks for having us, Ryan.
Absolutely.
Ooh, look at me.
Nice one, bro.
Yeah.
Look at me. We got to figure out what that's that
awesome,
from, dude.
yeah.
Don't forget, guys. One more thing. Don't forget about the free Law-Abiding Biker Podcast app. Of course, you can listen on, Stitcher Radio, Apple Podcast, Spotify now, all that. Listen where you want. But the easiest way to listen and interact with us is right on our own app, and it is free. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/app, APP. And it doesn't matter if you get our app.
Yeah, you know me.
You know, nice. Nicely done. Nicely done. We got the app over there. You can call in right from there. Get all the updated episodes, back catalog, all that kind of stuff. And no matter where you're listening, whatever podcast platform you're on, please just take 1 minute and go there and review us. Give us a 5, 10-star, 15-star review if you can.
10.
A 10.
10. I still got wood.
Do it.
Got a bunch of
Do it.
personalities here in the studio. I love it. I love it. But give us that rating, guys. Helps bump us up in the rankings so more bikers around the world can find us and join this thing we call
The Biker Revolution.
Nice. We're out.
Hashtag